Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today the League of Ordinary Gentlemen proudly bring to you the Fantasy Football 5.
Are we proud?
Introducing Balls to the Wall, Bryan Roberts.
Yep.
Quick wit, slow feet, Ryan Robertson.
Yep.
Coach, Jake Ruth.
Yep.
And JT, the commish.
Yep.
I thought we were going to stop bringing up the children of all ages.
Yeah, because this
stuff
is
we say.
All right, well, then I got to come up with a better intro then.
Ladies
A more
and gentlemen,
appropriate
boys and
intro
girls,
for...
hoes of all ages.
Should I even...
Don't say that.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, should I just take out boys and girls?
Don't kill children.
People living in Asia.
Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Youth
people
and-
living in Asia. Yeah, it works. It works.
Isn't that like killing people?
Huh?
Euthanasia?
No, we're not talking about the euthanasia. But people living. Jake's gone. Start it over. You didn't like it.
Can no longer be a part of this.
Well,
Just
hey,
do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people living in Asia.
Can we give it a dry run right now?
Yeah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people living in Asia. Today.
People living in
And for those of you living in Asia, tomorrow.
He's a Swedish guy doing it.
I think you're sweet too.
Thank you.
People living in Asia.
All Swedish, no Finnish. The Josh Charlton story.
That's going to be my documentary of my life.
People living in Asia?
It's the only way they got them through now.
Not quite. No.
Oh,
No.
I don't know.
All right.
How do you get over Macho Monday?
Hello, friends.
Congratulations goes to our Braves fans at the table.
Oh, this is still going live. How about that? Let's do it.
Yeah. Big week.
Chop on.
Big week.
That is what, Atlanta? I started thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
When's the last time one of your teams won a championship?
2006.
Yeah, it was college count or we going straight professional?
I don't think about college, sorry.
Obviously. It would be the Hurricanes.
Yeah,
06?
2006.
Yeah, year after lockout.
See, it's been a while since old Bryan had a.
Been a while.
Since I've gone.
The hell was that?
That was me playing my ukulele.
Oh, okay.
Awkward
My
guitar.
air ukulele.
Yeah.
And the Hurricanes are undefeated. Charlotte at one point was doing really well.
Good times to be old Bryan.
Bad time.
Bad time.
Last year of Coach
Bad
K.
time to be a good time. Last year what?
Coach K.
I think the
All
Lord
good
for
things must come to an end, Bryan.
That wasn't just a good thing, Joshua. That was a great thing.
All great things, I think, are also coming to an end.
So, you and Ryan, pretty much lived the dream, because the Red Sox, I mean, they win.
They went 80-some years without winning it, but we
And then
weren't
during
alive
our
for most of
lifetime?
those.
Right, yeah.
They've
We've
been
been fairly successful.
Fairly.
I'm talking about overall in sports.
Oh,
The Bruins got you one.
They've gotten one. Since
Phoenix almost won one.
that's fair.
that's
You've
fair.
seen the Celtics win.
I wasn't a Celtics
Well,
fan
at the
when they
time,
won,
right?
so,
Well,
yeah.
that's when we were Laker fans.
I was
And
Kobe
we
fan,
got to
yes.
see,
NBA,
a lot of
NBA
them.
really doesn't count because I rooted for strictly NBA players and not teams up until like 5 years
I
ago.
went
so.
from the Hornets when they left. I said, I'm going to the Lakers with Shaq. And I stayed there. And Jake said, why don't you come back and be a fan of the Bobcats? I said, if they ever become the Hornets again, I'll be a fan.
And-
Knowing good and well it would never happen.
And it did.
And he called MJ.
Yeah.
But then it could be worse. It could be like Jordan.
He's never going to have
He's
a
an
championship.
Orioles fan.
He saw Maryland win an a basketball championship with Juan Dixon.
What was that, 2000?
Yes.
Man, been a rough 20 years for Jordan Powell.
He was still in elementary school.
I was about to say, it's like, well, Washington, D.C. teams like the Nationals won a couple of years ago. He's an Orioles fan.
Even
That's true.
Ransdale, man, he got to see the
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks. Yeah, he got to see the Cubs win a World Series.
You got to see the Bulls the entire 90s.
Yeah.
The Bears went to the Super Bowl one time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
All right, I talked to Bryan about
Dak.
this. It was before Atlanta won, like before the series even started. In the past, I think it was 10 years,
This is
For
gonna be some
12
good
years.
trivia right here. I got a feeling.
only 3 teams have won more than one World Series in the 2000s.
Oh, I
name
aced this. I aced this.
He got it pretty quick.
Well,
Yeah.
Red Sox.
Red Sox is 1.
Giants.
Giants is 2. And that was the exact order he went in.
did,
it
did
took about-
you pause for a second?
Yeah, it took about 3 or 4 seconds and just
Okay.
right there.
All right, so you got Boston, you got San Fran, and you've got
Because if Houston would have won,
yeah.
they would have.
We'd have a problem.
Quit stalling. Since what year?
Since 2001.
Since 2001.
Would it be the Marlins? No. Rays? No.
The Yankees won 2 in that?
Nope.
Have won 2 in that?
Nope.
Since the Yankees' last one.
Okay.
Like, I guess in early 2000.
Yeah, because they won in what year?
09.
09.
If you know the answer, feel free to call in.
We're just commenting.
Hold on. I know this.
No, you
You
don't.
should.
Do you?
I know this.
You don't.
I do.
I feel better about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
sure.
do though. I know
But you don't.
Jake, hold on. I know this.
They're the Spurs of the baseball.
Well, that just threw me for a loop, right? That didn't help.
I think that's pretty good.
All right, so which baseball team does Tim Duncan play for?
We got to do this podcast. At some point.
Yeah, I might be here for a while. Give me a second. Let me think.
He's
Oh, yeah. Like these people are just going to sit around when there's a lot of dead air.
They've already
Check
started
do some kind of
fast
trick.
An
audience. Do it again.
He's juggling invisible balls.
They're not.
They're right.
Your hands are cold. It's going to be one of the podcasts, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is going to be just a fair warning. It's going to be one of them.
Just like every week. Get ready.
Who is it?
Jake, you got any guesses, bud?
I spitball 2 and they were bad.
The Phillies?
National League team. They won in
Oh,
They got one.
08.
Oh wait.
09 was
Yankees.
Yankees.
Okay.
07 was Red Sox.
It's not.
Give your first 2 again.
Boston.
Yep.
San
Francisco. Yep.
This team has won. I mean, it's a powerhouse team.
It's not the Dodgers.
No,
Stan Musial.
it is the marquee team in the city.
I mean, they're like the overarching favorites in this city.
St. Louis Cardinals. Let's do
Oh,
this
yeah.
podcast. Let's do this podcast.
Okay.
Dang,
All right.
Overarching favorite.
Okay, I get it. Overarching.
I saw what you did there.
I see what you did.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. But you didn't. You didn't.
All right, let's
I
get
saw it. I was waiting on JT.
let's get into some matchup review.
Oh, we're doing that? Okay. Jake and JT played last week.
And this went very much like I thought it would.
No, because you called me having like 180.
Well, damn, Jake, you scored 144.
180.
Yeah.
I felt good going after like the 1 o'clock games because I think I had pretty good amount there. Kyle Pitts sucked.
Oh, are
Good
we doing,
assessment there, Jake.
we doing bold predictions during the matchups this week?
I don't know. You're in
You're
charge
the
of
scribe.
that.
Well,
So
the
you
first
do
one
what you
says
want.
Bryan says Kyle Pitts is going to be Calvin Johnson. Not a good start for that.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. I listened to it.
Was
back.
that drunk?
No, you're just
You
regular.
had a
Bryan.
good week.
You also said 7 players in this matchup are going to go over 20 points. Did that happen?
1, 2,
One,
3, 4.
Just look at Jake.
All right, now count JT.
Well, I gave Jake 5. I gave JT 2.
JT had 0.
Taylor was 0.3 away from making that.
Well, DK was 0.7.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
You weren't too far off.
There were 4. You should have kept
That's
it.
a bold statement there.
Your original
I'll
one
take
was
it.
5, which would have
Oh,
still
yeah.
failed, but it would have been a lot closer.
And then,
That's not
Laughing
bold.
Pokey McPokester over here. He's like, you here.
Oh, Pokey Reese over there, Mr. Host guy.
We'll stop letting JT poke you.
So Matt Stafford, Cooper
It's the
Kupp
haircut.
continue to be very good.
Yep,
as,
that's true.
As we know.
My apologies on talking crap about Boston Scott. Don't get excited. It was 1 week.
But the
Man.
whole week, I heard all
Y'all
these
laughed at
fantasy
this, Scott.
analysts.
Hold
I
on.
heard everybody say, well, but Kenneth Gainwell. And I said, Boston Scott's the best back in that backfield.
What they say to you?
Then why did you trade from Sanders? He
Because-
outscored him in 1 week.
I
from
agree.
what he's done
I
on your
agree.
team for
But
like 5 weeks.
look, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to
That's
tell you.
fair.
I'm telling you.
That's fair. Good point.
Boston, when Boston Scott gets some run, he's a playmaker. That's just what he is. Some good things happen. But here's what's going to happen in like 3 weeks when Miles Sanders comes back. Miles Sanders is going to come back.
And Jalen Hurts going to be the leading running back.
And they're going to stop running the ball.
When did you trade for him?
Trade for who?
Sanders?
Week 3. Yeah, week 3, right after Grant got hurt.
I thought it was right after week 4 because then it would have been 7.6, 7.6, 3.2, and 0, which would have
Was
Boston.
pretty solid for like a backup tight end.
Yeah.
Or my starting tight end, but whatever.
Whatever.
Which means Boston Scott outscored him in 1 week.
Right. And
Miles Sanders sucks.
Dude,
Well, you want him to just stay out because Boston Scott does more with the opportunity.
He's no Jordan Howard, but he's good. And cut.
what are you doing?
Having a good time. He got so uncomfortable.
He did. He doesn't like being on camera.
Yeah, Boston Scott was my second highest player, right behind DK, who had 2 touchdowns. With Gino. Brennan Cooks with 17. Mahomes with 16. Hockenson with 13. That's my high scores. Jake, all of your, you got five guys that outscored all of those. Joe Mixon, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford. Jake, you got a good squad, man.
How you feel, Jake? It's 1 of 2. Do you feel like you're just burning really hot and it's going to run out? Or do you feel like you're just hitting your stride? Your team's peaking at the right time?
Well, I feel pretty comfortable with Stafford and Kupp to continue doing what they've been doing. And then A.J. Brown, I talked to JT about this a while ago. I guess it's something we should wait until we get to Jordan's team. But what is his production going to be without?
That's about 20 minutes worth of the show.
So we'll talk about that a little bit more. I mean, Kyle Pitts had maybe the best corner in the league shadowing him the whole day.
It's gonna be a
His
trip.
game was the pits.
Step up and more.
The armpits.
Dude, without Calvin Ridley, that's gonna be the
dude.
And then Zeke still sucks without Dak.
Very true.
Called
So
Yeah.
But I think Taylor is really looking good.
it. Dude, Taylor is.
Mixon is looking good. Kupp's looking good. Hopefully AJ can stay good. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Let's
she
see
don't
what your bench looks like.
Not
It's a
Tyler
flat
Boyd.
surface.
Tyler Boyd.
Sit on.
Yeah, Tyler Boyd looked pretty good. Had a touchdown against the Jets.
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 Indeed. You worried about Pat Mahomes?
Not really.
Because I'm worried about Travis Kelce.
I said
I'm not
saying
I'm not too worried about it. They just need some type of running game, man. Like they don't have a running game. They don't commit to the run game, and so it's largely they're playing 7-on-7.
And granted, he's only really had 2 bad weeks.
They just kind of
7 and 16.
They just come back to back.
But, I mean, Pat Mahomes putting up 20 and 26 almost feels like a bad week for him.
I agree.
And they're not sustaining drives. So it's like they're turning the ball over, I think, more than any other team in football.
Is it a
So
lack of running game?
I think that's large. I think it's lack of running game and then
it
terrible
attributes to
defense.
it. And so
When's your boy coming back?
My boy?
Yeah, Everett Hilaire.
That's always going to be considered your boy.
Oh, 'cause I drafted him last
him
first round?
early last
Yeah.
year.
I think they said weeks away.
He doesn't know how the rules go.
Yeah, that's your boy, right? You're always going to be tied to him.
I hate the Chiefs so much, and I've drafted a Chief in the first round in back-to-back
He was
drafts.
a custard
No.
guy.
I think I took Eckler in the first, and Hill
And
was
Hill.
the first pick of the second one. So I might not have actually, but I think I did.
So when's he coming back?
They said weeks. I don't know how many.
But I don't even think Clyde really is the best running back in the backfield. I don't really think there is one. I think they're all
He
just
is,
kinda,
but I don't feel like they use him.
Well, it's not like they can
Properly.
afford to pay for one.
No, 'cause
They should have traded for Marlon Mack.
They
They
should have
should've done
signed Frank Gore. He's only like 44, 45 years
you
old.
know what you're gonna get. from
Gio got a. Is he with the team? Bernard?
Yes, he's
Gio's
with
with
Tampa.
Tampa Bay.
Dude, we've talked
That's
about
right, we did. They got a good backfield.
Yeah.
I said that last time. didn't
Yeah.
I? All right. Okay.
They
No.
should have done something.
Carry on, Wayward Sons.
But I mean, does Indy? What does Indy
Smack
get?
'em,
What does Indy get for trading their third string running back to another contending team in the AFC? It just hurts them. They might as well just leave Marlon Mack.
It's not.
Or
like-
they're gonna get a 6th, 7th round draft.
Yeah, if they can get like
So-
a third or a fourth, yeah, you do that. But if not, it's
They're
like,
not.
hey, we're going to leave him inactive for games and just keep him there in case Jonathan Taylor goes down. That's
Right.
the only time
And
he would get on the field.
For the Colts, that makes a lot of sense. Like because you can't trade him to anybody in the AFC.
No,
You can't. So you got to trade him to somebody in the NFC. Well, I mean,
you trade for
Could
Tyson
happen,
Williams is what Kansas City should do because Baltimore doesn't want to use him.
no, Baltimore. There's other running backs they could have traded for,
Yeah,
but it's just not.
in the cards.
That's just not.
Not in the
They
cards.
got to figure out how to make it work with the team they got. This just
DK has withstood a QB change.
DK is just a really good football player.
And a
good
good
is a
dude.
freak of nature.
And a good dude.
Yeah.
If you got a bad quarterback, throw to the 6'5", 240 guy.
I do feel good that he's remained
Derrick
fantasy relevant with Geno Smith because I was really worried when Russell Wilson went down. That
He comes back soon.
Yeah,
Next week, I think is what they're trying to say.
What was his Instagram post? I heard somebody talking about it.
Which one? Is it the one
Something
where he's got
about
the entire workout team and his whole
No,
thing?
something about out with the pen, here for the win, something like that.
Go Hawks.
That's got Sierra written all over it.
I don't know. They made a big deal about it.
Supersonic, hypnotic. Everybody want to step.
Oh, you don't want to call me the name you called me before the podcast started? All right, that's fine.
Which one?
I don't know.
There's one we can say, there's one we can't.
So, Jake, you got a really good squad. I hope you're feeling good about it. You should be feeling good about it.
Look, don't last forever.
I hope you have a terrible bowel movement.
I
That's
never
so
wish that on
harsh.
another man.
I'm
Never
sorry.
wish that
I'm
on
sorry.
another man.
I hope it starts out terrible, but it's wonderful.
Wish kidney stones on him. Do it.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly
Toss
the
it
same
along.
thing.
That is not the same thing.
They're both painful.
Uh-uh.
I've never experienced either.
So that takes Jake to 5-3 and in third place. Keeps Cult of Personality in 8th place at 2-6. All right, Ryan, next matchup.
Next one is Broach v. Ryan. And all right, after that, let's not talk about it. All right, page. No.
Oh, we need
Ryan v. Michael.
Okay. 'cause
This whole bold prediction thing where I'm flipping back and forth is all confusing.
Yeah. Ryan v. Michael.
Ryan v. Michael. So we have the Fantasy Phenoms versus Victim of System.
Yes.
I like how you're the one that
His
said,
rallying
hey,
cry.
you should mess with Andrew. And then you immediately go on and
I
say,
don't know what he's talking
everybody should change their name to Victim of the System.
about. I don't know what you're talking
I was with you, and you did all that.
I told them that they should. Yes, I'm forming an army against you.
And then I look,
Your
and
time is coming to the end.
I see I see one Victim of the System. I see two Victim of Systems.
Copyright.
Are they not allowed to have two teams with the same name?
I don't know, but I was really confused.
Yeah, because there's multiple victim of system.
There
There
were the same way.
There were two, but they weren't typed the same.
Yeah, I was about to say you do capitalization and stuff.
Yeah, one was not.
You can also add feathers and flags and red dots.
red dots, yellow dots. Yeah, you can do a lot.
Football.
Football.
So the original projection was 144 to 113. The final 110
We
to
didn't
92.
get there.
Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Kyler Murray with his lowest output of the season.
He sucked on the Thursday night. And then got hurt on the last play of the game, apparently.
That's what I heard. And
That'll
that'll play some.
I
Has some implications for this week as well.
Yes, sir.
Tyreek Hill looked good. 12 receptions, 1 touchdown, 94 yards. He got a lot of underneath work.
No, they just had basically the safeties 30 yards deep, so they beat us underneath, and he got, 15 targets or something crazy?
What's Debo fantasy ranking wise for receivers? He's got to be top 3
targets. He was 2, I think, a couple weeks ago. I don't know what he is now.
That's
I can look
been
it
probably
up.
what round did you get Debo in? Was that 9th, 10th round that we talked about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
that 9th, 10th round's been good for receivers. Chase Evans with 14. Solid, scores a touchdown. Austin Eckler with 21.
He's a baller, man.
It's your boy.
Shawana.
Which he's also top 3 running back?
Yeah.
In fantasy?
I'm looking up wide receivers, and I'll flip over to the RBs here in a second.
Well, RB is going to be not accurate right now.
Well, Jonathan Taylor has an additional game right
Yes.
now. So he, after the other night, he might be number 1.
Wide
No,
receiver,
he might be
He's
number
on
2.
like
You know who number 1 is?
Wide receiver Tyreek's
Derrick Henry?
2 and
Yes.
Samuel's 4.
All right,
Jonathan
here.
Taylor's currently at 2 with an extra game.
But I don't think you'll be called at 2.
Okay. What's the point differential?
So Derrick Henry's 186, Jonathan Taylor is 174.9, and then in
So you take about 30.
third is Eckler at 136.
Yeah, so he was.
You have to have a big game, but
Taylor was already 2 before.
Yes.
Eckler would have to have the game that Jonathan Taylor just had.
right.
Does anyone want to try to guess a couple of the next ones?
Nah, I'm
4?
gonna guess Najee Harris is up there.
He's 5th.
5th. I'll say.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
4, 5, 5th.
Najee Harris 5th.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Darrell Henderson's got to be pretty high
Yeah,
up there
he's gotta
too.
be
Top
up
10. Not top
Really?
10. He scored a lot of touchdowns.
1,
It
2,
has
3.
kind of been lately, though.
Yeah,
He's 11th.
He's 11th. Okay, so right outside the top 10. Give me
Cordero Patterson, he's still up there?
Cordero
he's
was
gonna be up
9th.
there.
Swift, that was mentioned a while ago, was 8th.
Okay. Joe Mixon?
Joe Mixon is 7th.
Zeke.
Zeke is 10th.
Okay, so
Wow.
Jake's running backs are done.
Okay, so Jake's running backs are done. Scorp's running backs are done because Dalvin missed 2 games, so Dalvin's not going to be up there.
Kamara?
Kamara
Yep.
is 6th.
So we're missing 4th?
Yep, that's it.
That's it. All right. Let's put our heads together, gentlemen.
Ryan, you
Oh.
got really upset when he doesn't land on your team.
Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones.
I was going to say
Aaron
Chris
Jones.
Carson, but he's definitely not up there.
Yeah, it's not.
But Aaron Jones, like, put up 8, 6, and then he'll get like a 35.
Julio Jones type shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the name.
Look, nothing against the man. I'm just saying, all he does is 5 good games a year.
But,
Like
those
5
five,
huge.
but if those 5 huge games comes when you need them,
They don't.
I'm
It's
glad
almost
you
like, and he spaces them out perfect.
See, that's
he
what
had the biggest. He had the biggest game of his career. The exact time when I needed him to do it, I'll never forget it.
Who?
Julio Jones. It was first week of playoffs. I was playing Bryan, and I needed like 45, 50 points from Julio Jones to win.
This is a year he,
Yeah.
This is
But
victim of the
became the
system.
system.
And Julio's playing on a Monday night, puts up 225 and 3 touchdowns.
And all of a sudden, the bonus points are all in favor of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, jack the bonus points up right before
seriously,
the game.
if you go back and look at JT's year that year, I'm just saying. He thought the Astros was obvious.
Trash cans.
Trash can banger right there.
Trash
Yeah,
cans.
that's what they call him. Jalen Hurts had his lowest output of the year this past week with
Did he?
11.2. We talked a little bit
Everybody
about that
change your
game.
team name to Trash Can Banger.
Yeah, they kind of beat the crap out of Detroit, and he wasn't really needed.
No, he really wasn't. They ran the ball a lot during the first half, ran the ball a lot during the second half.
Carry on.
Hey, Jacoby Myers found the end zone.
Hey!
It was a 2-point conversion.
I've already written down week 9 bowl prediction. Brian says first snow game this week, and JT and Ryan Jacoby
It is
Myers
this week.
first.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
confident about that son of a bitch.
Where's it going to snow?
I don't know.
In one of the stadiums.
Buckle it. This guy.
Yeah, I
This
don't know.
guy. Robbie Anderson with a complete goose egg.
Yep.
He sucks.
No, nothing. No targets. No.
The Panthers need to
He needs-
sign OBJ and let him run around the field and watch Sam Darnold get sacked,
He didn't.
and maybe hope for better things next year.
I don't think they're going to get him just waiver priority.
He didn't start the right defense.
Detroit isn't gonna play.
The defense could have won him the matchup.
Let's see. He started Cincinnati with 9, and
Denver put up
Denver
30.
put up 30. Ugh. Man, that hurts.
It's not what you want.
Denver against
Tell me what
Washington.
you want, what you really, really want.
Dang, they 2 block kicks, gave up 10 points and 5 sacks. That's a hell of a week.
And they traded Von Miller.
And they traded Von Miller.
And they traded Von Miller.
And Brian told me to bench the Saints defense for San
Why
Francisco.
Why would you listen to
Yeah.
Brian?
Because they're playing against
Because
Tampa.
they're playing against Tampa. It made sense.
And he's in first place, so he's obviously
I
doing
know.
something
So
right.
I did it. I was like,
I did it.
I did it. I was like, yep, you got it, boss.
Did you win your week?
Michael's
I did.
team
There you go.
took a pretty big hit over this past week, though. So not only did he have Devontae Adams on IR because of COVID, he also lost Michael Thomas for the rest of the year, at
Yep.
least what they're saying.
Yep.
Calvin Ridley,
Nobody knows.
not quite sure what's going on with him, but he's not playing.
Not for the foreseeable future.
Right. AB, we talked about him being on crutches or perhaps
Crutch.
one singular crutch
Yes.
last week. Chris Carson's on IR, and they're not really sure when, if he returns. Michael, and then
And then T.Y. got hurt.
T.Y. got hurt. Von Miller got traded from Denver. Michael's team,
Chuba Hubbard might not be starting the rest of the season.
Michael's
until
team took a
CC gets
hit,
re-injured.
Well, I mean,
Michael's team took a hit.
as far as Thomas goes,
Well, hell,
he
man.
hasn't had a medal this year anyway, so that's not really a huge.
Yeah, but
True,
he
but
did
he
waste-
smashed him for the
he
whole
did.
Yeah,
he
he
did.
wasted a mid-round pick.
Yeah.
He did.
He could have gotten that 9-10
Yeah,
round quarterback,
could
I mean,
have.
wide receiver.
And here's the other crazy thing is his 2
These gas
starting
prices.
running backs right there in this
I
week's
know.
matchup, both of which could be replaced by the starters coming back
Yeah.
with Barkley and McCaffrey.
Yep.
I mean,
But-
Michael Carter's probably going to be a starter for him, but then after that, he's got to sit around and wait for Chris Carson.
Yeah, he's got to make some. He's got to try to make some
Well, I
moves.
mean,
or-
he had a couple of opportunities this week to add somebody from Tennessee or
He didn't spend
well,
all
his-
money. He didn't have
his
the money.
fab's
that-
gone.
He's got no
so
fab.
he was bad situation.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. Injuries will kill a team.
If
real
anybody
quick, man.
can do a lot with a little, it's Michael Smith.
You should know.
Yes, I should. I saw him last year. He was last place. Didn't have
Yeah.
a win. Big drive. Playoff.
This is our league historian.
Roll Tide.
And I offered you a trade, Michael. You didn't want it.
What you want?
I offered him Joe Mixon and AJ Brown
okay,
for
though.
Devontae Adams.
I'm upset about it.
I
Happens all the
offered him
time.
that. I think I told y'all on the pod like 2 or 3 weeks ago when Scorp was here. I made the deal with him live because I said I'm waiting on Michael.
Yeah.
Michael turned down
Jeez.
What'd you offer him?
We like him a dumpster.
Joe Mixon and
I got
AJ
it.
Brown for Devontae Adams.
Oh, I would have done that.
I would have done
Well, at that time he was like AJ was really bad.
I would
and,
still done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't take it.
You could have saved the league there, Mike.
His team was also, look on kind of a roll. I mean,
Yeah.
he had again like
Let
his
me see that
receivers.
Tootsie
His
Roll.
receivers are ridiculous if all of them are healthy and playing.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Devontae, Calvin Ridley,
Robbie
AB,
Anderson.
Robbie Anderson. If he was getting Michael Thomas back, I mean, he's got 4 receivers that
Can play receiver.
that can't at the same time. So that's good analysis. All right, so that takes Michael to 4-4 and in 7th. Takes Ryan to 4-4 as well, and in 5th place.
Oh, man. Yep.
3rd matchup.
Bryan v. Andrew.
Ryan v. Andrew.
Learning to walk again.
That's what are
Learning to walk
Yeah, what are you
again.
singing?
I thought it was Foo Fighters.
It was. What were you singing?
I was just singing.
to walk again.
I didn't even think it was a song. I listened to
It
the new
definitely
Foo
is.
Fighters.
Dude, this one time I was at the gym
Band camp.
and Andrew was there. It was me and Scorp was working out, and we see Ramsey just sitting on the incline bench. There's no bar. There's no weight on the bar. He's just sitting there holding it.
Uh-huh.
And
Kurt
what
Small
are you-
stuff.
like, what are you doing? He said, working my forearms. And I said, that's a weird way to work your forearms. And then that Foo Fighters song comes on. And he's just sitting there holding this bar, singing, Learning to Walk Again.
He was singing?
Yeah.
All right.
It's one of the highlights in my rec center experiences. It's pretty funny.
What are other ones?
Did it
All
score?
basketball
That time where Ryan was leaving, and Ryan's leaving, I said, "Oh, Ryan's leaving! Everybody say bye, Ryan! Everybody, bye, Ryan!" That's number 1. And then I
Time we're
tried-
playing 5-on-5, and
Like
Eli
the time
Manning
you
was the only
kicked it
person
the
that was left, and I said we'll play 5-on-4 because I want him on my team.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them.
When you kicked through the wall.
When I kicked through the wall, I
So
said,
no, it got stuck and you just fell down your foot. Just hang on.
100-point games. Oh, I got some great memories of the rec center.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Everyone in
Ryan
the
v. Andrew.
Oh, yeah. Andrew working his forearms and learning to walk again.
He was led by Chris Godwin. Ramsey he was with 24, 8 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. Also had Eli Mitchell with right around 140 yards and a touchdown as well. Those was 2 leading scorers. Behind him, he had Aaron Rodgers with 19.6. Everybody after that was
doo-doo.
yeah, pretty
Sorry,
tough.
buddy.
Pretty tough.
That was a tough week.
Nick Chubb was his next highest scorer.
He
with
got out.
7.4.
He got outscored by
Dearnest.
Dearness. Dearness had 9.
Dearnest. Good job, buddy.
Looking at the other side of the ball with Bryan's squad, led by Josh Allen with 33.
Yes.
Cuckoo.
Yes, he's good. He's really good.
Amari Cooper with a huge game, especially
That's a huge game.
Big catch, big touchdown.
Big catch, big touchdown. Big touchdown catch.
primetime game, backup quarterback, and Amari Cooper puts up 22. You got to feel pretty good about that, Brian.
He'll take care of it, you know. He will. He'll do that every time.
Patterson keeps being Patterson.
It's a little disappointing.
Pat gonna pat though.
What are you disappointed about?
I thought he would do a lot better against Carolina.
Have you seen Carolina's defense? Pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, with all
Have
the
you seen-
opportunities,
Have you seen Atlanta's offense? Not that good.
Have you seen Carolina's offense?
Doesn't exist.
Not good.
He hasn't played in 6 weeks. However long he's been out.
I'm really worried
All
about
right.
that Kelsey guy.
So let's talk about one person on Andrew's team kind of leading into this week.
Equanimity St. Brown.
Well, Odell Beckham.
Couldn't do the thing.
So I actually
he
sent
started
him.
him.
I sent him a trade for Odell. I think it was
When?
prior to him getting cut, or right when he got cut. It was kind. I think the morning where I kind of kept reading that he was expected to be cut within the
He
next
was away
24
from the
hours.
team.
On his
Yeah.
birthday.
And so
Happy
I think I
birthday.
sent him. Let me check back.
No, happy birthday. Oh,
Not
no,
for him.
I think I had sent him like either Jones Jr. again or maybe it was Tyler Boyd, but I don't remember. Where do y'all think he lands?
on the football team.
Good analysis.
I don't know the waiver priority off the top of my head. I know
Who was
Detroit's
it you
number
said?
one.
Raiders.
Detroit,
You said the
the
Raiders, right?
Giants, and I don't
They
remember
lost
who else.
Henry Ruggs. So.
Yeah, I mean they're top.
Pop people moment if I've
Not-
ever.
There was the Raiders, the
Huh?
Saints, the Packers, and the Patriots were the
Top
4
people?
teams that I saw.
So, as a fantasy perspective, where would you least like to see him go?
Me?
Well, I mean, if he
Yes,
was on
you.
your team, let's for a moment say if he
Or
was
what
on
would
your
he
team,
be?
like if he was on your team, where would you not want him to go?
I got an answer.
Okay.
Cleveland?
Houston.
Nah, I don't know.
Is that for you because Brandon Cooks is there? Because
Right.
Odell,
Yeah.
Okay, but are you talking about in the eyes of
Tyrod's
Odell Beckham on your fantasy team
Yes.
wanting him to succeed?
No.
So JT did it from like his current team now. I'm saying if Odell was on your team, where would you not want him to go? Because you're like, man, he would be like same thing he was.
The Jets.
Yeah.
I guess out of the teams they're kind of talking about.
Oh, okay.
All right. I guess I need to really.
Yeah, because I'm looking at waiver priority.
teams.
A lot of people have mentioned the Saints.
We won't
New
go to the
England.
Saints.
San Fran's a team that I'm now hearing has emerged.
San Fran, I could see him doing
All
that.
right. San Fran's 12th waiver. Probably.
Yeah, but I think people don't
Who's
want
your
to pay
top
for his
five?
contract.
No
so
one's
he
going to
might
do it because
clear-
they have to pick up that $8 million.
Right.
Yeah, he
I
might
don't-
clear
yeah,
waivers. And just be a
It's
free
not going to
agent.
be teams that aren't contending. At least I don't think it would be. I think it would be teams that are right around 500, maybe just
He
above.
might
500.
sell a ticket or two.
He could. So I mean, your top 5 in waiver priority is Detroit, Miami, Houston, Jacksonville, and then the Jets, Giants, 5. and
Miami
6.
is dumb enough to do it.
Miami.
Too
Miami.
many receivers.
But Miami. Hold on.
Doesn't matter. It's
They're
Miami.
not healthy receivers though. Devontae
Parker's
Parker's
on IR.
Will
Will
Fuller's
Fuller's still
on
on
IR.
IR. So they
They're-
have Jalen Waddle, and that's it.
He's a rookie receiver.
Yeah.
And then you got Mike Gesicki, Preston
And
Williams.
Tua
is
likes
their-
Gesicki.
JT likes Tua. Back to you, Bob.
I mean, that should. I don't see him. I don't see Odell going any of those.
I don't want him to
places.
go to New Orleans.
He should go to
Nah,
Detroit.
New Orleans would not be good. I
They
wouldn't mind
literally
him.
have no wide receivers,
They don't.
and Jared Goff needs somebody to throw to.
He's a decent
And
quarterback.
they're going to be behind a lot, so he's going to get a
He
ton
could
of
also
opportunity.
go back to the Giants, which would be funny because all their wide receivers keep getting hurt.
It's true.
But I don't think
Where
they'd
I
where
want
would
him-
you like him to go?
I want
Now
him to
let's
go to
use
Vegas.
that. If he was on your team, you're like, where would I want
I
him
don't
to go?
like him.
I want him at Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It could be interesting.
Yeah,
Carr.
it wouldn't be bad.
Vegas
Carr's
is.
known to 4-speed his number 1 receivers.
Yeah.
Waller's been a little down this year. You lose
Yeah.
Ruggs.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible fit.
I mean, that was a name I
Ruggs
was
lost himself.
He
Yes.
played himself. Atlanta might not be terrible.
New
Well,
England.
I'm still in the car.
I don't know if they really want him.
He's
I
a
don't
down
think. He,
kid.
Added
I don't
to
think
with
he
Mac
fits.
Jones.
I don't think he fits the environment.
With
Yeah,
his
neither did
issues
Randy.
with quarterbacks, I don't know if that's
It would benefit
Good.
Randy
him
Moss
the
didn't
most.
fit in when he got there, and then he just completely
What
changed.
about the Colts?
AB didn't fit until his
Hey, T.Y.'s hurt. You got Michael Pittman, so you got another good receiver, but that adds a weapon to that offense, and they're
That
looking
kills
pretty
Pittman.
good. You think it kills Pittman?
Yeah.
Pittman.
I
I
think
don't think it
Pittman's
would.
emerged as the guy.
I think Odell could step into a number 2 role because I don't
I
think
don't think he wants
T.Y.'s.
a number 2.
You think he wants to be the number 1 guy?
So
Absolutely.
who? What
He was
playoff
supposed to
team?
be number 1 in Cleveland.
What playoff team would use him the most?
Probably
Let's say
the-
that.
Green
maybe,
Bay.
maybe the
The
Saints.
Saints.
So I brought up Green Bay
Green Bay would be interesting.
because there was a lot of rumors with him already wanting to do that. You go to a quarterback who's established, who ain't going to take anything from Odell because he's like his legacy is more secure than Odell's.
No
And
doubt.
who's their number 2?
Yeah.
Lazard. Tunyon's on the IR, gone for the year. They need someone to get the ball to. Like I could see Green
We're gonna
Bay,
have to
if
get
this
that
is
today.
really the last dance, they better go get someone else for Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball to.
yeah.
That could happen. The only another interesting one that it won't happen, but in the back of my mind, I wouldn't
Toronto
put it
Argonauts.
past. No, Tampa.
My God.
Wow.
There's no way. There's no way.
If he becomes a free agent and signs with Tampa, it's just because he wants a ring.
Yeah,
But
he-
I
he
think his
even
ego
fits that
prevents him
system.
from doing
Yeah.
that.
He would be the 4th on that team.
He
That's
would.
not a joke.
he would. He would.
Bruce,
I just think
Bruce
it would be.
report brought
That's
up
pretty
Kansas
funny.
City too, and like they're
Kansas
not
City
figured out
can't
anyways.
afford him.
They've got Josh Gordon as their reclamation project already. They don't need 2 of them. I'm like that was a stupid suggestion. You're done, Bleacher Report. You're going back to being National Required for Sports Edition. I don't like it. Figure it out. Yeah.
If he was on my team, if I was Andrew and he does have Rodgers, I would sit there and be like, I hope he goes to Green Bay.
Well, if he doesn't, Andrew's got to cut him because Andrew likes having Green Bay players and Cleveland players.
You know who really needs?
That's what Andrew
Well,
does.
he don't want to because I tried to trade for him and offered just in case he went somewhere.
If he's had him this long, he's not going to get rid of him.
No,
If he's waiting him out, he's just not.
You know who really needs receivers?
Who?
Cleveland.
And it's kind of like he clearly
It's
made
wrong,
it
but
known
it's
that he
true.
wanted to be traded. Like apparently the reports coming out, he told them multiple times, "I do not want to return here. Get rid of me and get something in return."
Yeah.
And apparently he didn't have bad blood with
Baker.
but they got along off the field, but on the field they just
They
didn't
didn't click, dude. They did not click at all.
Baker felt pressured to get him the ball. He overanalyzed everything when he was on the field. Baker's played better without Odell out there.
That just saw this morning that Odell stressed Baker, which is, and I love me some Baker Mayfield. But if you let your wide receivers stress you out,
You need to punch him.
you got.
See, I feel like
Yeah.
his fame and notoriety carried such weight. Like when people were defending Odell and blaming it on Baker,
Odell.
it got in his head. Like,
Sure.
why, like they're all making it like it's my fault, and then now I guess I got to throw him the ball. No, just hit open.
For a second there, Baker Mayfield sort of sounded like William McCarthy.
Who's William McCarthy? Is that Mike
No,
McCarthy?
William McCarthy. I don't know why I said McCarthy.
I don't either.
It's been a while since you've seen him.
Yeah. Now we're just.
We are only in our our
Third matchup.
Third. Oh, okay.
All right, we got anything else to say about this
Bryan
matchup?
won.
We've kind of went off the rails.
All right, Broach Jordon, next one. Go.
Coach Jordan. Little time crunch.
I don't know. We've been recording for 45 minutes. It feels like.
Have we really?
I don't
No,
know.
Can you see how long we've been recording while we're doing this?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Jordan's in trouble.
What happened? Is he okay?
Get
Do we
away.
need to stop and go find him?
Hold on, let me. So the original projection.
I'm coming,
was
buddy.
131 to 124.
When I get done, I'll clean up and I'll come find you.
Broach. And the final was the Broach.
Made me laugh.
Jordan took some hits last week. Now, with Derrick Henry being the obvious.
Let's just.
That doesn't matter. That was Jordan's team.
He lost 3 players last week.
Can you
All
just
of them were number 22 for Tennessee.
All of them were in the running back position. Let's just,
ignore.
I mean, just look, man. And
ignore
what's
week-
Jordan's record?
4-4.
4-4. And he's had one player that got him 49.7, 24.7, 31, and 34. That's a lot of
Those are
production.
the weeks he won.
Let me ask you this, because I thought about this. I was driving home yesterday.
Tell me what you thought, Brad.
You got 2 years, all right? 2 years.
2 years.
That you can look back on. Are we at a point looking forward, just upset the apple cart a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit? Is it worth drafting a running back with the top 5 picks now?
Yes.
Still.
Yes.
Because last year you lost your number 1 and your number 2.
I didn't lose my number 1. He lost.
I'm
his
talking
quarterback.
about it.
Oh
My number 1 lost his starting job to Le'Veon Bell.
yeah.
And that's your boy.
And you know, Derrick Henry was Mr. Invincible. Not invisible, although some people can't see him. He's going down the field.
I feel like you get such better value. Like the thing that we keep talking about is the 9th and 10th round receivers. Like you can get value later with the receivers and find guys.
The
Right.
position
Running
scarcity
back,
running
I
backs
get
is
it.
still-
I get
After
it. I
those
get what
elite
you're
guys
saying.
are gone.
But for the most part, do you not want your first round pick, running back, quarterback, tight end, whatever, wide receiver? Don't you want that to be like Mr. Reliable on your team? The guy you don't have to worry about the most? Because everything's risk reward. Right? Risk reward.
It is a rich reward. If you got
Risk
this one.
reward, right?
Yes.
So
It's a lot of R's in there.
that is.
Wayne Watson.
So, you know, like Dalvin
What,
Cook,
you a Pokemon with a speech impediment?
Pokemon?
he gonna give a school to him a
Pokemon.
little bit.
Oh,
Go to whoop.
Wow.
What a well.
It went off the wheels.
Will we? So, you know, Dalvin Cook, people are iffy about drafting Dalvin. And now you got a track record now. It's just, even Elliott. So pretty much every running back, with the exception of Kamara, that's a high-end running back, is just hurt.
Yeah. I'd still take running backs first round.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe not 2 or 3, but I mean, you look at the 2 of the best teams in our league. Jake's got 3 running backs in the first 4 picks.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
And Scorp took running back,
Yeah.
and then took Darrell Henderson a little bit later.
He took 3 out of his first 5 for running backs.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
because, like Jake said, I would much rather take 9th, 10th, 11th round wide receiver where I can start my 3rd, 4th wide receiver. It's good. It's
What's happening?
It's contagious. I don't know.
It is. It's contagious.
But I would rather have that wide receiver in the 9th, 10th, 11th round starting because of 9th, 10th, 11th round running back you're starting is Boston Scott.
And
Yeah,
what's that supposed to mean?
I meant what I meant. But if you did it like 6 times in 2 minutes. I don't know what you want me to do.
I can't say anything.
All right.
But listen to Derrick Henry's stat line. It would be a normal season for Derrick Henry. 219 carries,
Okay.
937 yards, 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a good running back season.
18 catches for 154 yards, and then 1 pass for 5 yards and a touchdown.
So you're thinking
That's a full
so
season.
that's 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like a running back season.
for an entire season.
Yeah, and that's half the season that he played.
I want to.
But it's not going to do him any good in the second half.
Hold on. I want to consider something. Talking about that.
But we talked about he did that in like 5 games every year where he had average games, and then the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season he would go off.
That's what he
And
did.
his full season looked great, but now that was just
Would you much rather have Henry
Much
at the
rather.
beginning of the season or the end?
Yeah, but
neither.
Hold on. I want us to think about this.
Never.
Derrick Henry or Hunter?
Look at the top
Okay,
10
yeah.
running backs real quick.
I was
And how
reading
many were
Hunter
taken
Henry's
in the
stats.
first 3 rounds? Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Eckler, Jones, Harris, Kamara, Joe Mixon, Swift. The only one that gets thrown in here is Patterson. But, I mean, I could go all the way down.
And he was a wide
And-
receiver.
Yeah, but, like, through the first 12
He was a
running
kicker
backs,
He was.
only Patterson's the one who was a
Yeah,
waiver
that
wire
didn't get it.
pickup.
Yeah.
That waiver wire pickup.
Oh, no, he did it so good.
They got away with
But, like, I mean, the top 10, 12 there, they're consistently top 3 round guys. Then go to receivers. Okay. Number 1 receiver, Cooper Kupp. He was my second receiver. I think I took him in like
round or
the
5th round.
maybe later because I took 3
What,
running backs and I took AJ, so he had to be 5th.
That's up 5th round.
Yeah,
So,
so 5th round
yeah.
or better.
Cooper Kupp,
Jamar Chase.
he's 3 right now.
Yes.
But he was late.
Yeah, he was
9th round.
Debo,
Debo was late.
late.
Yeah, it's just there's
Then
more.
Michael Pittman Jr., who's now I
Late.
know got a game up, but still.
Yeah,
And
Cordell
then-
Patterson.
It's easier to
What about
predict-
Hollywood
Brown.
Brown?
Yeah, it's easier to
Mike
predict
Williams.
running backs.
Like, that's what I'm getting at is like you get more consistency from the early round running backs where you're not having to hope that someone like
It's easier to project
I don't know.
workload for a
Yes.
stud running back than it is a wide receiver.
Unless they get hurt. But that's just the risk that you take.
Well, you can
That's
predict that
what you
workload.
have to-
That's for any position though.
I agree.
I mean, I could take Devontae and he could tear his ACL. Now
Oh, I mean, it's football.
I took Devontae in the first round in like week 4. He got turf toe and missed like 5 weeks.
Michael Thomas, like what, 2 years ago or last year,
Jordan
when
took him
Jordan
first
took him
round.
Into
fifth
this
round
year,
and never did anything for him.
still has it.
He's almost going to go 2 years up playing football pretty much.
Football.
So you had Derrick Henry's injury with Jordan's squad. Keenan Allen had a pretty good game with 16. Darrell Williams had 14. He was led by Brady with 31. A lot of
Teams
kind
are
of
playing
poor
the Chargers and the
performances,
Chiefs the same way. Put 2 safeties over top and make you beat them underneath.
Mhm.
So that's what Mike Williams is kind of starting to struggle with, and Keenan Allen might see a resurgence.
Broach is finding some success with like receivers that he didn't necessarily draft to be his like guy, like Michael Pittman Jr.
Michael Pittman Jr.
That was a
Like
flyer.
really a emergence. You
That's
know,
nothing
earlier in
on a
the
flyer.
year, Mike Williams was having some big games,
Mhm.
even though he's kind of teetered back off. Robert Woods is finally starting to put up.
Robert Woods, he drafted to be
Good
his number 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and he's starting to look like that.
Yeah, he's
Last
been
3 or 4
consistent.
weeks.
Outside of 1 week at 5.3, everything's 9.5 higher.
Yeah.
With,
He just ain't getting the same recognition as Cooper Kupp, who's
who's
wins
having
across
a
the
historic
middle.
year.
Who's
Yes.
a freak?
Then he on track to.
No, he's on the football field.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad he listened to us about
Stupid
the
me.
Judy call right there. He put, I think Woods was
Yeah,
out of
put
his
Robert
lineup.
Woods in there. Took Judy out. Damian Harris has been another pretty good one for Broach over the past 3 weeks.
And that's something in the past we always were very nervous about New England running backs. But, I mean, he's by far the
He's
best.
the most
Yeah.
talented running back there. And there's not that random Rex Burkhead to come in and still goal line carries, or Cam Newton still goal line carries.
But he was a little upset that
Bet he was?
Ingram didn't get traded. A lot of people talked about Evan Ingram getting dealt
Yeah.
Boy,
to a Green Bay.
What a
with-
disappointing
I
trade
think a
deadline.
lot of
Yes.
us wanted
Wow.
trades to happen that just didn't. The
Yeah,
only
and
one
the,
that was
and the Panthers make trades like early in the season, like it's nothing. And trade deadline.
Do you
comes,
think
they don't
everyone
make a
just
move.
jacked up the asking prices because they felt like everyone was going to be buyers and then no
Well,
one
we
did
were
it
all
'cause-
convinced Watson might get moved because asking price was ridiculously high, and there's no answer.
So, way to go, Texans. You're never going to play them, but you're going to continue to pay them.
They're going to end up losing them.
I liked how that went.
that rhyme.
Yep, I did good.
Good job.
Thank you.
Way to go.
I didn't stutter.
But Von Miller did get traded, which is
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
That was a huge trade.
pretty good.
Which really helps the Rams even more.
Which means the Rams don't trust themselves to draft good players because the last first round draft pick they had was Jared Goff. Yeah.
I mean,
But they're building winning teams.
They did get the Super Bowl with him.
Yeah, they're just building through the trade market and free
they
agent
ended up
market.
with
I mean,
Stafford.
ain't that what like the Yankees and a
It
lot
kind
of
of
the
worked out.
Dodgers? Like, let's just go trade for no.
Just trade for established
studs.
talent.
Let someone else take a gamble.
Yeah, we'll fudge the numbers and make
Watch your mouth.
it. I don't like fudge either.
So that takes
I
Broach
wonder.
to 5-3 and in 4th place. Takes Jordon to 4-4 and in 6th. Matchup of the week.
That scared me.
Scorp Rightmyer.
Scorpion King
It's okay.
and
Rightmyer.
The man with no
I'm
name.
thinking, yeah, well,
The man with no name. Steve
Mr.
Wright.
Groucho
Mysterio.
Marx.
Jack and Hagar.
Oh,
You know who that is?
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
He's been watching it.
I've seen it the whole time. Did y'all not know this? I was just messing with y'all.
Yeah,
You
me and JT read the books in the 90s.
you lie.
You can read?
I know you can't read. I know you can't read.
All right, so we had an original projection of 136 to 131 in favor of Scorp. The final 133-114 again in favor of the Scorpion King. So he was actually led by his defense this week, Philadelphia, who put on a clinic against Detroit.
Born and raised.
On the playground.
Where they spent most of their days. Yeah,
We're
they did good.
Okay.
That's
So
where
they
we're
did
going with it.
Darrell Henderson, we talked about him a few minutes ago in running back rankings. He was his second highest score with 21. And then again, he had a couple right around that with Daniel Jones at
Who he
20.
Picked up after Dak could not
Mhm.
go.
So it ended up being,
A decent
yeah,
start.
you get 20 from a guy you pick off the waiver wire. That's pretty good little
Solid.
week right there.
Yeah.
And then Najee Harris with 19.5. Also had some decent weeks from Mike Evans, 11.8, Deontay Johnson, 12.8.
And Go Dirt.
And Go Dirt with 10.2. So a pretty solid week all the way around, other than Dalvin, other than Justin Jefferson. But you have to imagine they're going to bounce back.
Rightmyer had a really good week other than
He just had two
James
bad
Robinson
luck.
go down and Gronk go down. Both of them
Yeah.
went down early.
I was watching that.
Because if
Tampa
neither
game.
one of those go down and they meet their projections
It's
of
at least
22
close.
points, that's the difference.
Yeah, that's really close.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones with 20.5. Joe Burrow with 26. Yeah, I mean, just solid week.
So-
Randall Cobb caught a couple touchdowns.
Here's something that even I always kind of have a difficult time doing. You draft a guy high in the draft to kind of be an important piece of your team, and then like an injury happens and you just have a hard time putting them on the bench. I know last year I struggled with it when Dak went down and I had Zeke, and he was pretty much ineffective, but I drafted him in the first round. I was like, I can't put a healthy first rounder on the bench. I know you kind of experienced it
I
last
did
year.
that last year and this year.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson is still chilling on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gotten more than 30 yards.
So Tyler Lockett
40
sucks
yards
for
this
2
year.
weeks,
Yeah.
and then Tyler Lockett gets like 15
It's
receptions.
the
I know I'm
worst.
exaggerating.
It's the worst.
They had 12. I mean, it's not
12
too
and 13,
far off.
142.
Yeah, Rightmyer's bench looks good, man.
you got a good looking bench, boy.
If he had started his bench, he would have won.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett with 20, Melvin Gordon with 17, Cole Beasley with 16. Look, dude, he had between two receivers on his bench, he had 22 receptions. I think he had more receptions on his bench than he did in his lineup.
Poor
Rightmyer.
I know that's just rough, man.
Like,
Beasley will piss you off this year, man.
God, yeah.
Look at him.
He's been pissing a lot of people off this year.
Let me look at him. Oh God, he cut his hair.
Who
It's
did?
a man bun.
Oh, it's a man bun.
Yeah.
But you look at his little player profile. It looks like he's got short hair.
Yeah, he's got it pulled back.
Poor Rightmyer.
He's
He's
got-
got a
he's
good
got tight on the
squad.
side.
He
He's
has
got
a
more
good
than
squad.
one-
It's all about
one.
picking them where to put them on. Of course, Jacksonville's got one of the worst
It's the best ball lineup.
passing defenses in the league. We just didn't bring that up. That's on us.
Yeah, way to go. Way to go, guys.
That's on us. It is. It's our fault. We should bring that stuff up. We did.
All right, Rightmyer gets half a win.
Give him 0.5.
Give him 0.5. Yeah, Rightmyer's got a good squad. Just kind of hit some hard luck there with James Robinson and Gronk. Scorp continues to play well. I believe that is his
6th win in a row or something.
4th or 5th, 6th, something like that, win in a row. So
5.
Yeah, 'cause
Right.
At one point, he had a terrible record.
I
And
think
a
started
ton
off
of
with
points.
1-2. Yeah, I think started off with 1-2.
Yeah, it says W5 on his name
Yeah.
standing. So
Yeah, the longest win streaks right now are Scorp at 5, Jake at 3, and then Bryan and Broach at 2. The longest losing streak is Rans Diddy, and hopefully he keeps that up this week.
are you playing the
Little
Rams?
teaser. All right.
Ooh, what does it mean?
What's the tease?
Do it again.
Where's the beat?
Is there a feather involved?
Not that.
That's Jordan's team name.
Oh,
That's his.
All right, what we got next, Ryan?
Do we want to go back to the rest of the bowl predictions? We'll just
Heck
skip
yeah.
them. All right.
I love bowl
Josh
predictions.
Allen over 40 fantasy points.
Nope.
Nope, JT was wrong.
Oh, dang, that was me.
Brian says Kyle Pitts held to single-digit fantasy points.
Yeah, he's right.
That was right, but that was
He
also
is
when he said
Calvin
Kyle Pitts was going to be
Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. Calvin
I
Johnson
don't
scored,
remember
didn't he?
this.
I'll listen to it.
How do I say he's going to be Calvin Johnson? Say he's going to be
Look, man, how do
Browns-
you think that Greg Olson's going to have 12 catches for 800
800 some yards
yards?
and 25 touchdowns or whatever you said.
Care? I got the trophy at my house.
Oh.
Brian says Chubb scores 25 fantasy points.
Wrong.
Wrong again.
JT says Jamar Chase 7 catches, 103 yards and a touchdown. Pretty sure that was wrong.
Got to check.
He only got like 10 or 11
Hold
fantasy
on,
points.
Let's look.
Just calm down.
6 catches, 159 yards. Oh, no, it's wrong week.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
3.
3 catches, 32 yards, 1 touchdown. Did I get any of those
Wrong,
right?
wrong,
You got a
and
touchdown.
right.
Oh, yeah, so give me 0.3.
XX check.
He's in the Hall of Fame in baseball.
Godwin scores 2 touchdowns for
Who?
JT.
Got him.
I don't think he did
I think
that.
Godwin scored 1.
So that's wrong. Jake says Elijah Mitchell 20-plus fantasy points.
Oh,
I think
He
he
was
had
right
like
at it,
19.
dude. He's right at it.
I guess that's wrong.
19.7. You rounded
JT doesn't like Gesicki's projection. Yahoo needs to figure it out. Yeah, we'll just put a question mark. Not sure what that meant. Brian says stupid. Not sure the context there either.
What was that about?
Question mark. I don't know. You just said stupid. And I wrote it down.
19.7. So close.
You were. And then Ryan says Cousin puts up 30-plus fantasy points. I think he put up 20-something.
Yeah, he did.
So we sucked on
Yeah, we
both.
did. Didn't get a
The
single-
only ones that got right was Brian said Kyle Pitts held to single digits. And
Good job,
then
Brian.
Thank you.
me, Jake, and JT said Mahomes will be under 31 fantasy points. Brian said over, so he was wrong. Those are the only ones we got right. We are
Was it?
stupid.
All right, let's have a better week this week, gentlemen.
All right, we've already
Except for
started
the
it off.
game.
Brian says first snow game this week. Me and JT have Jacoby Myers scoring his first touchdown.
Good.
It's gonna happen. It's good. What if he goes off for 3 or 4 touchdowns?
And I wish I would have traded for him.
I wish you'd have split it over multiple weeks, so I'd have to stop writing it down.
I like you writing it down.
All right, pick updates. 2 people did good. 2 people did okay. Jake, JT both went 5-0.
Boom.
Me and Brian went 3-2.
What's the overall standings?
Overall standings: Brian 16-24,
Ooh.
Jake 23-17, Ryan 25-15, and
Okay.
a new person in first place, JT at 26-14.
There we go. That's what I've been playing for this whole year, boys.
All
Winning
right.
pick comes.
Forgot to tell y'all at the draft we have switched the $500 winner from whoever wins fantasy league to whoever wins our picks.
Boom.
Done, son.
No,
Commissioner rule. He's got it in his commissioner rules.
We got to have a meeting over that. We
We
got to
just
take
did.
a vote. No. We don't have all the members.
Done.
Nope.
Nope. It's 2-2
I
right
will
now.
filibuster this son of a bitch.
I don't care how much you put in that buster. You can fill them up if you want to. It don't matter. We ain't doing it.
We can't talk about that on this show.
He just
This is why we don't include children in the announcement anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
For the intro.
And people from Asia.
Why does he sound Swedish every time he says?
It sounds like he's trying to rap it. People
It's because his head's
yeah.
shaking when he's doing it. I don't know how else to say it,
That's
man.
fine. I'm fine with it, man. It's whatever you want to do.
Waiver wire wrap up.
Wave a wow, wow, wow.
All right. Well, Jordan spent some money.
Tell us about it, Ryan.
Well, he's got a couple children. And
One away.
Jordan spent $60 on Adrian Peterson and $24 on Jeremy McNichols.
Who was
and
the
now
better
I don't-
pickup?
McNichols.
Peterson.
I think he.
Because I don't think McNichols' role really changes, and I think they're going to try to make Adrian Peterson not to near to the level of Henry, but I think they want to try to fulfill that same type of role of the early down running back.
That is ridiculous.
I think
They're not
Tannehill's
giving him.
gonna take-
They're not giving him 30
I think
carries.
That is
Tannehill's
ridiculous. McNichols.
Tannehill. I think he was.
He might.
I mean, was a pretty good athlete in college. He was a wide receiver.
He was, and he's.
Don't go
He's
for
done
it.
it before.
Yeah.
So I think he gets more involved in the running game.
I think they're going to have to change because they said they didn't want to change their offense. They want to run the same type of offense.
Ain't gonna happen.
They
You
have to
can't-
change.
You can't do it. You're going to have to change.
And
your
it's not like
philosophy.
they're gonna come out there.
Why would they come out and just say, "Yeah, guys,
say,
we're going to completely
Yeah.
change everything. Get ready for
Right.
it." We're
All
playing
right,
this
so
year.
let's all be reasonable.
Here's
All
the
right?
playbook.
We're gonna throw the football a lot more.
I don't know if the other team
Just
knows.
go ahead and let
22's
them
not
know.
going to be back there.
No.
I think they're going to be more creative.
What do we
Get
say? You lie.
AJ
Lie
and
your ass
Julio
off.
the ball.
We're gonna run it.
They have to.
I think jet sweeps. I
You
think
benefit tremendously.
maybe.
Maybe. It
Maybe.
could also
She's
split it
gonna
up.
benefit
Well,
from
I mean, it's like Dak gets hurt, Zeke's going to be a workhorse, but then teams game plan for it, and he's just not.
Yeah,
it.
that's
It's because they did go out there and
Those
say that
safeties
they were
are
gonna
no
get the same
longer in the
game plan.
box. They're not
You
going
don't
to
get
see as many
one-on-ones.
heavy boxes as they did before.
So, I mean, maybe AJ gets more opportunities, but I don't know if he's going to put up as big of stats. Maybe he does. You don't know.
Good points all the way around.
He could get more targets but less efficient. All right. After that, JT, this is one of your best pickups. Devontae Parker, $17.
And
How many hours was it before he got placed on IR?
Like, I think it was like 24.
Okay.
I had it for 24 hours. It's placed on IR, so it's like I took $17 out of my fab pocket and just set that son of a
Lit
bitch
on
on fire.
Which
Kind of like my Naheem Hines last year, where I didn't know.
Naheem Hines.
I didn't know it was a $100 budget. I thought it was $200, so I put twice as much as I wanted to, and then cut him 4 weeks later.
You got Brian Roberts high school money, so
Yes, Brian Roberts
Yes.
high school money,
42.
his basketball number.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I remember yours.
High school money. You said high school money. I said,
No, actual money I had in my pocket, like 10, 15.
He had $42 across the 4 years we were in high school. We spread it pretty thin though. We made it work. All right, next one. Hunter Winflow for $8 for me. I put in a $1 bid for Renfro on like Sunday night or Monday,
he said, I got to have that Hunter
and
Renfrow.
then the Henry Ruggs news happened, and I said, "Wow,
I'm going to
and
have to.
That's
I'm
what
gonna,
you said.
And I said, I'm going to have to put in more money, I think, to get him. And I don't know if anybody else put a bid on him.
It says $0 lower offer, but it doesn't tell me who. So.
Okay. So the $1 bid would have worked, but I figured somebody, if they were dropping Henry Ruggs, might have
Maybe.
flipped
Who
him.
had Henry Ruggs?
Jordan, I think. Jordan
He
a
had
rough
no
day.
more.
Yeah,
Jordan had a rough week, man.
Real
rough
rough.
week.
I mean, not as rough as Michael, but he had a rough. Well, with the Henry news, he had a lot rougher as far as his fantasy team.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed, quite right. Jake Taysom Hill, $5. Thoughts?
I thought he might be the starting quarterback.
I thought he was going to be, and I put in a bid.
Why was he not the starting quarterback week 1?
I think-
Why did
I
they?
think he's
Why
dynamic.
did, why
He
did
can
they
throw the
give
ball.
him the football last year when Drew Brees got hurt, and then turn it over to Jameis this year? There's a lot about that whole situation I don't understand. This week, Trevor Siemian started.
Yeah, he's healthy, practicing full. They're like, you know what, Trevor Siemian. I think they want to have a traditional offense, I guess, and just him be the gadget player. But now he's the backup quarterback, and you can't be the gadget player because if he gets hurt and you only got one quarterback.
But they were
And it's
actually like
Trevor
pretty
Siemian.
successful with Taysom Hill at quarterback last year after Drew
It's a
Brees
tough
got hurt.
offense.
They just beat
Game
Tampa
plan
Bay.
for in the NFL with not many people doing it. I mean, look
I
how
don't get
much success Lamar Jackson has.
I don't
What he
understand.
is.
Sean Payton loves Taysom Hill.
Yes.
I don't get it.
But
Something
signed him to
doesn't
an
add
extension
up.
for a reason.
Right.
The Saints
Does
keep
JT
winning.
love Taysom?
JT loves Tua.
Yeah, JT does love Tua.
Well, he
And
likes
totals.
Tua. He likes Tua. He doesn't love him.
You don't like totals?
Totals.
I can neither.
Confirm nor deny.
Indeed. Pittsburgh's need $1.
Pittsburgh's a good pickup. I thought about picking them up. I wasn't going to
So
spend
is
any
Ford.
fab. Now that I know that I could have spent $2, I might have picked them up.
Yeah, and then the last pickup happened after the fact. Jake picked up Derrick Henry for $20.
I did.
And he's heavy.
I did.
Can you explain briefly your thought process?
So there was a couple of reasons.
Briefly.
I had no one in IR.
I'm just kidding.
So I had 2 IR spots open. Figured I'd use one of them on the number 1 fantasy player outside of quarterbacks. I had a player of mine have the same injury this year in high school football, and he returned.
Was he on your fantasy team?
No, he returned in 6 weeks to practice and then played after 7 weeks. So I kind of did the math and realized it might be second round of playoffs, but if you can win round 1 and then have a guy like Derrick Henry who Tennessee's in position to make the playoffs, looks like they probably still will make the playoffs, they're probably going to try to get him back. And then it's also dependent upon the person. Like if the bone heals quickly,
Briefly.
then he can get back out there. If it doesn't, I wasted $20 on a guy who doesn't play.
It doesn't hurt you at all.
And you've still got more fab than
There's
all.
no risk.
Right.
Should Jordan have put him on IR? Would that not have been a more reasonable thing to do?
He had 2 other guys on IR already.
He had
which
Edwards-Helaire and somebody else on IR, I think.
guys who will probably come
Priorities,
back.
fellas. Priorities.
I was a little surprised that no one else put a claim in on him.
I didn't think of it.
I did the math.
Because I didn't see Jordan dropping, to be honest with you.
I did.
I did. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I got to put a bid in. I actually put $45 to begin with, and then I backed off. Because I did the math. I was like,
Were you
if
hanging out
someone
with
really...
Ransdale, be like,
Well, I was
He's-
thinking the 6
he puts up
week
big deals.
thing, and I was like, well, if it is 6 weeks and he's back on the field, that's week 1 of playoffs.
Yeah.
And so you're telling me when playoffs start, I could put Derrick Henry in my lineup and him go for 45 points. That's a big deal.
And even if you don't put him in your lineup, it keeps you from having your opponent pick him up and
That's
play him.
another thing. Then even if he
I mean, if you
come
want to
back
drop John Taylor. I'll pick him up.
Do it. This dude, man.
Drop John Taylor.
do it. Hey,
Drop it like a
He's seeing the hits today.
He is. All right, Brian, you wanted to talk about standings a little bit before we jumped into
But too dang bad. Go to matchups.
before we jump into our matchup preview for this week.
Tight, son.
okay.
Not
All right,
Tyson.
matchup.
Tight, son. Let's go to matchup preview. 1 and 2 matching up this week.
Yes.
71, 6 and 2.
Yes.
I can't discuss that.
Did you say
any further.
1 and 2, 7, 1, 6 and 2?
Yeah.
Are those the matchups or those the standings?
That's
Or
number
is that the
1
number
is
you
7
said
and
on
1. Number
Powerball?
2 is 6 and 2.
You were saying a lot of numbers.
What's your matchups this week?
So we're jumping into matchup preview.
3, 5.
Yeah. We're going to
Exactly.
time in together.
Okay. So you've got this week, you've got 1v2, which is going to be matchup of the week. We'll get to that in a minute. You got 3v5.
3v5. That's 5 and 3 and 4 and 4.
You've got 6v7.
4 and 4 and 4 and 4.
You've got 4v10, which is the
5
only
and
one.
3, 1 and 7.
And then you've got
Um,
8v9.
That's a big one. 2 and 6, 2 and
That's what
6.
she
Sorry, I
said.
thought I put it up.
And your point totals are close for a lot of it, with the exception of your difference in 5, 6 are close, and 7's got a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, I mean, your top 6 are all looking, over 1,000 fantasy points for the season. Jake leading the way with 1125. But there is a big drop off after you get past 6.
Right. It's going to be close here on out. We're going to pay closer attention for the rest of the season.
I might start recording a podcast.
Can we?
Sure.
Thanks, Dad.
What are we going to put it on?
I don't know.
YouTube?
Why not?
God, I like
God,
this
Dad's
one.
been nice this week.
We got to get a microphone of some sorts.
Can we go get ice cream?
Oh,
No ice cream.
what the hell,
Oh,
man?
That's bullshit.
Hey. Language. We might not go get ice cream.
We're talking to the Asians now. We don't talk to the kids.
What Asian children?
Huh?
What about the children?
Half of the people in Asia don't even have radios. I mean, it's not like they're even going to hear it. They're reading books.
They're building them.
Oh, don't worry, people. Now, it's not like it's a big surprise. China, communism.
They also don't have.
I mean, how are we connected?
If we came on here and said state radio, then they would listen. They would listen. If we don't say that, they can't. But you just said it. But now, just heads up, they have zeroed in on that. And this is Biden's America. We have no hope.
They're looking at you right now.
They've been looking at me for a while. Them, the FBI, CIA. I got to go home, clean up my computer.
I got super glue on my fingers for a reason.
Matthew preview.
This
Matthew,
took a
not
turn.
Matthew. You can't Matthew. That's what man is. Matchup. Let's talk about that.
Me and Bryan are gonna stop talking.
She's
Yeah, y'all are gonna implicate us into something. Maybe past crime. I don't know what you're gonna implicate us in, but
Future crime.
future crime.
I say we planned it. That's premeditated. I don't know. Matchup.
Matchup preview.
Were you meditating or premeditating? Were you thinking about falling? We were talking about the euthanasia.
Euthanasia or
Yes.
youth in Asia? 'Cause those are
Indeed.
two different things.
Dude, I didn't know the difference
They
till
do
I was like
both of them in China.
16.
To the euthanasia.
What do they call youth in America over there?
What do they call us?
I don't know.
Problems.
Yeah, dude.
They're coming for you. I've seen Red Dawn. I know how this goes.
Which one? Like the North Korea one or the Russian one?
The North Korea one.
Okay,
Look, we're a lot better off of Russia than we are from North Korea.
But I like the Russian one better.
What we got?
matchup preview: Jake versus Ryan. All right, we got Jake next.
Next.
Moving on.
All right, the original projection is 144 to 123. After some Thursday night games, actually just one. The live projection is 153 to 133.
How many teams played that game?
Two.
There we
In
go.
favor of Jake. The score at the moment is 42 30.4, or that's 18. 30.18. Okay, there you go.
You got it.
Carson Wentz scored 30.18. Jonathan Taylor scored 33. Indianapolis D scored 7.
It's a good week from old Wentz on a pickup because of, I guess, Murray.
Yep. Present.
Carson Wentz did look good. You know who else looked good? Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor looked good.
78-yard touchdown. Really helped you out there.
Yeah. I was watching the
He's had a
Bruins
couple of
game. The Bruins game went off, so I'll turn over to the football game. First play I watched of that stupid football game, Jonathan Taylor gets a carry, ran it like 78 yards.
You turn it off.
Turned it off. Said, I can't do this.
Here's what you do.
I don't think we can talk about what he did for that.
I don't want to be this guy, but I'm going to just real quick.
He's always
should
this
have
guy.
had more. Naheem Hines stole a touchdown from him. They did a shovel pass.
That was in
to-
the first quarter.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's
son
the number one back.
Oh, not
Well,
nine lines. I mean,
stop.
come on now.
Stop for a second.
you touched him.
Harris gets like 100% of the carries at Pittsburgh, especially inside the red zone. Like a premier back, like what Jonathan Taylor is looking like, usually gets those touches. That's what I'm making the point at.
But
Right.
he doesn't get many touches, but he
He
made
had
the
seven
best
Big
of that.
touches.
He had 17 carries for
172 yards rushing.
no, excuse
And
me, he had
28
19 carries, I guess.
Yeah, I was talking about Naeem Hines not getting a ton of carries. He just happened to take that one to the house because it wasn't like it was a goal line carry. I think that was like
Take it to the
12,
house.
15 yards.
Take it to the
Inside the red zone. Inside the red zone.
Yeah, the red zone starts inside the
To be
20.
serious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like.
Yeah, it was.
He's going to hit me before we're done. You know, right? Now, it might not be today, but before we do our last podcast.
Yes.
Indeed.
Octopus to the face.
Ryan, you said you're taking Jake. What needs to happen for you to be victorious in this matchup?
The Rams game gets canceled,
There's that.
Okay.
or Stafford doesn't play,
Okay.
There's
which
also
he's
that.
questionable, or was. I don't know.
He's
There
still
was.
There's
There's no
key
tag.
beside it.
I hope he doesn't get hurt. I love Stafford, but yeah, it's.
But that Cooper Cup fella,
I hope he does.
take him out.
Yeah, I don't know what can happen for me to win. To be honest with you,
Hunter Renfrow.
More points?
Biggest game of his career.
that was the national championship game where he scored a game-winning touchdown.
Them
That's
phone.
already happened. That's not going to get bigger.
Chase Edmonds with Kyler Murray may not play.
Yeah, they might have to run it more. Hopefully, that doesn't mean James Conner comes in and steals carries because I hate that when that
But
happens.
Ballyho on the old Carson Wentz pickup.
Yeah, that.
All right.
It was between Wentz,
That's a gutsy call for a Thursday night.
Tua,
Yep.
and
Jake hates Thursday
yeah.
night games.
Yeah,
I know he does. It was between
I'm a
Wentz,
fan.
Tua, and Derek Carr. Somebody picked up Derek Carr. Somebody picked up Tua.
And then you also
And I
talked
think
about,
somebody picked up Tua, dropped him for Derek Carr. And then
That
so
was
it was
Ramsey.
Wentz. And I said, well, if I pick up Wentz, I have to start him on Thursday, and it could come out on Saturday that Kyler's fine. But I'd already had to make that commitment. So
you
I
got
guess so.
Taysom. Would Taysom have been the guy?
Taysom would have been the guy. But
What
then
an idiot! I cost
Yeah.
myself.
but then Taysom got announced as not being the starter, I think, on Thursday. So I would have dropped him and still probably went with Wentz. But I
You
was
wouldn't have picked up
pick
Trevor Simeon?
no.
Oh.
Hey, walk on
No,
my
no.
grave.
You've already
What
got
if
a lot.
Tyler Higbee is the beneficiary
Higbee.
of
Big
Matt Stafford?
If he's the beneficiary.
I'm just trying to think of ways in which you could win.
That combination of Cup and Stafford can't do what they've done all year. And if that happens, and then Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill, and then
I think he's still going to be Tyreek Hill.
I don't know.
That game could turn
Who else
into a
would he be?
shootout. I think you need
Exactly.
that. You need that game to be pretty high scoring.
Is it going to be a shootout?
I need the Tennessee and Rams
Tennessee
game
and Rams
to
need to
be
be a shootout.
a shootout. Another one that I'm looking at is Zeke's matchup out Von Miller there anymore in Denver. Denver's had a good defense on the year. We just pointed out they had 30 points on someone's bench last week.
Yep.
So Dak looks like he's returning this week. Am I correct in that?
Yep, you are correct in that.
So does he go back to normal output? Do they take advantage of Denver trading away their best defensive player?
I forgot my question.
Justin Simmons is their best defensive player now, which is he plays safety, so it's not ideal.
Brian, you had a.
Brian had your hand up.
I can't remember what it was now.
All
I
right.
think it was something about Tyreek Hill? Green Bay. That's what it was about.
Oh, Green Bay. Is it going to be a shootout?
With Jordan Love starting, I doubt it.
How good's Jordan Love? Because I know nothing about
He
him.
was overdrafted.
Yes, from UCLA.
Utah.
Brett Hundley was from UCLA that they drafted a couple years ago.
That is.
It was Utah State, I think.
Utah State, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue.
We're right around there.
Y'all are doing a good job. Y'all
Thank
are
you.
doing a good job.
Sound like a TikTok video.
Do I?
Eckler's going to have a big week for you.
Oh, that's
Let's hear it.
Eckler's going to have a big week for him.
Well, Philadelphia just had a bit weak defensively. So they're going to get brought back down.
But the Chargers have really struggled here lately.
Any bold predictions?
I got one.
22 for Eckler.
I'm going to say Chase Edmonds. 2 touchdowns.
How much
Two?
he got? I don't think he's
Nah.
got like one on the
I
year.
think that's why it's bold.
Nah, James Conner's going to steal those.
He'll have 2 as well.
He's going to have a shit. He's going to have
Four
to,
touchdowns for Arizona running backs.
on the ground.
Yeah.
This is all assuming that Murray doesn't play.
I didn't say rushing touchdowns.
Mary.
Present.
I didn't say rushing touchdowns. I said 4 touchdowns
Okay.
for Arizona's backfield. I don't think Kyler's going to play. Or if he does play, I think he's going to be limited. He's not going to be running the ball. I think it's going to be a lot more like
He
check down
hasn't run the
stuff.
ball a lot this year.
What's up with DeAndre Hopkins? 'Cause
He's a good
question-
dude, man.
He's questionable
He's,
as well.
he's a good dude.
Mom's fine.
Wow.
Didn't see that.
That's
coming.
2 things. Why? Also, how did you know?
Everybody knows. Every time he scores a touchdown, he goes and finds her and hands her the football.
But how does she know? I wish y'all could see what he's doing.
She's turned around facing.
I'm no longer proud of our league.
You're right.
I have done everything I could. Oh, he's proud of the Raiders, though.
Never. They did the right thing, but I'm not proud of them.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Wayward son.
Well,
Told you.
how y'all think Cortland Sutton does?
What's Cortland Sutton done?
Good week, bad week.
Last week was bad week. This week good week.
He's passed his 2 bad weeks, so he's due for a big week.
Dallas has. Well, did Diggs get hurt?
I don't think so.
Corner.
Diggs is he was listed as questionable, but I think it's more of a probable questionable.
Trayvon Diggs or Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, that's right. Talking about Stephon.
No.
Trayvon's
Trayvon's
corner for Dallas.
the best corner in football right now.
Well, hold on. He's both the best and yet also one of the worst.
Yes. He gets a lot of
Which is-
interceptions, but then constantly gambles and gets beat.
He's a high risk guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's what Marcus Peters used to be. Like, he would just go for the picks all the time, but also would get burnt.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Trayvon Diggs in a nutshell.
How did I get into this nutshell?
We'll see.
All right, we're picking Jake. All right, let's go. Moving on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jake.
Okay, that was easy.
Brian,
He's a good Jake.
Jake.
Don't be a jerk. Pick yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
you're riding to
Aye.
it, Bubba.
Clean sweep on Jake.
You sound like the Justice League. Meanwhile,
The
the
Legion of Doom.
Not now!
Okay. Here's the thing. It's Chris that says it, not Lois. But he sounds like Lois every time he says it.
Yes.
No, that's the.
I got
Dang, you still did it. It's still Chris. It's still Chris that says that.
We figured it out.
What's What's the next matchup?
Oh, we're still doing that? Okay. JT versus Andrew.
All right, you got 8v9 matchup. Cult of
Personality versus
Cult of Personality versus Learning to Walk Again.
or learning to walk again.
Whatever you did.
Yeah, whatever it is.
That was more,
The original and live projection is 120 to 113.
What was in the Sheets coffee today is what I want to know.
Crack cocaine.
Cocaine.
Y'all didn't have it though, right?
No.
Okay. We did.
Here it is.
Rancid lost Rodgers this week to the COVID.
COVID.
Thank you.
Yes. Sorry.
We talked about Odell and his issues going on with Cleveland. So obviously Odell's not playing. Still has Jeff Wilson Jr. on the pup list. Kareem Hunt's still out. So he's, again, pretty hurt by injury. He does have George Kittle in his flex, who is eligible to return
Flex on.
Yeah, but
from.
you got gas can going against Houston. Houston's gotten lit up on the ground this year.
Would you start Gaskin over Kittle?
Yes. It's not like Kittle was putting up stats when he was healthy.
That's fair.
He's got
True.
13.6. He's gone over 10 once this year.
True.
Gaskin's inconsistent. I get that.
It's also kind of what you talked about earlier. Like Kittle was his second round pick?
It's hard to put on the bench.
I think he took Waller before he took.
Did he take Waller?
Yeah.
All right, so third round pick.
Yeah.
But either way, you don't, especially after you had to
It's
put them
tough.
on your IR for so long, they come back. Kind of feel like you have to start them maybe.
But for me, that's tough. That strategy of drafting two tight ends, which you've done it in years past. Like, you are locked into that person has to be in your flex if you want to start him every week.
Does he start
so
Edwards?
you lose the flexibility of the flex position.
Does he start who?
Edwards over Lazard.
Bryan Edwards. Man, I don't know.
I think it might be you have to give a week to figure out what's going on.
I'm going to go ahead and say he does it.
You know what?
One's got a starting quarterback, one doesn't.
Should Andrew make a trade?
Whoa.
Yes.
I'll send him one.
I feel like
And the
everyone
thing-
at this table has talked to him
The
about
thing
it.
about
big on
Andrew's
his
team is he's got enough pieces on his team that he can make these trades and get better.
But he's so weak in certain areas that he needs to make like a trade. Maybe his top guy to get two guys that can go into his lineup and give him more
Who's
consistency.
his top guy?
Well, I mean,
Chubb and Brown.
yeah, I think
And
a lot of
the
people
tight
would like
ends.
a trade off Brown. I mean, he's had a good year.
I think I've sent him a trade for Kittle.
But
for
I
like
mean,
the
even
past
me and
5
JT have
weeks.
tried to get Tony from him, and I think I was willing to give him two guys he could put into a starting
He ain't
lineup.
going to give up Tony with the money spent on him.
But
He can't.
I mean,
He could.
He
if
can't.
that's what
I
you're
think
doing,
we're
It's too
that
big of an investment.
We're far
Is
enough
it?
into the season where you
For him,
need
yeah.
to forget about draft capital, forget about fab, and just
You're
try
right.
to
No, I mean,
make
you
your team
Right.
better.
spent both of them spent money last year on guys that they didn't even end up keeping on the I
thanks,
didn't mean that as
Jake.
a
Bring
bad
up
way.
old news.
Yeah, but you have to. There's a certain point where like, hey, I know
Well,
I
we
spent
talk about you
I
winning the
took a
championship.
chance.
Y'all about it.
Yeah.
It's been 5 minutes.
That's like you're trading Tony to get two established guys. Like
Yeah.
now you're saying Tony's out of my lineup, but so is Lazard. And I have two guys who
Trying to
could
throw
be
Yeah.
more consistent. I don't know.
You've got one stud and then one guy that's for
Yeah.
two mediocre
I'm
to
stud.
good players. Yeah, it's
It's difficult. Man. Strategy.
You didn't save it, did you?
dude.
Is Jeff Wilson playing this week?
there's a possibility.
Good
There we
analysis.
go. All right.
That's what it could be.
It just
activated.
says could play Sunday. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Really good job there,
I'm
guys.
interested to see. I know he's covering his bases, but I feel like him and Mitchell are just going to be like a 50-50 split, and it's going to be worse. Like Andrew with Mitchell better hope that Jeff Wilson
You need
doesn't.
one of them to get hurt
Yes.
or one of them to stay
Well,
mild.
Mitchell is
He's iffy,
questionable with a rib injury.
Yeah.
Said he practiced in a non-contact jersey throughout the week and is considered truly questionable for Sunday.
I really like how you set that up.
Truly.
Do not drink those.
I don't
They
know.
sneak up on you.
Brian did.
I get you. They will, dude. They'll get you. That and White Claw, man. They don't tell you about that before you pop one open. They say, "Oh, this is a light alcoholic beverage."
These
Yeah,
are
that thing will come around and smack you upside the face.
because they're made for females.
They taste good, though.
He's not wrong. And he doesn't even drink.
I don't.
True. They do taste good. I like sparkling water.
Yeah.
All
Clear
right.
American.
I had a drink.
McCaffrey? Huh?
Mike, hopeful. He's hopeful.
Did you say Mike Hopeful?
He might. I was gonna say might play, and then it hit me.
He might hopeful.
That Matt Rule said he is hopeful, so I'm gonna be hopeful too. Let's go, Christian McCaffrey. Get back in that lineup. Put up 20+ points.
If he comes back, do you want him to get the full workload right away, or ease him back so he plays more than 1 or 2
Brian, I'm
weeks?
gonna be honest with you, man. I'm just gonna speak from my heart right here. I need a win.
I applaud you for that, but also
Can I get an amen?
yes, not for me.
Can you get a min? Or can you get an amen?
Hey.
Ow! I can't say it.
That was pre-show.
Can't say it. What happens before the show stays before the show.
Would you rather him get a full workload this week and you win, but he re-injures himself and you don't have him for the rest of the season, or would you rather him get like 50 or 60% of the work this week
And still win?
50%
I'll take
of the,
that
50 or 60% of the week next week, and then work up his way to full?
It's
and
too
you get
much,
the
man.
rest of the season.
It's really too much,
Ron, I
man.
need a win, dude. I'm sitting.
Whatever
Me
you
and
whatever
Ramsey's
you
tied at 8th. I'm only beating him in points. I need a win because I don't think both of us are making the playoffs, man. It's only gonna be one of us. And I really need that win.
What are you doing with your hands right now?
Week 9.
Weighing my options.
Week 9, what'd you get? A win. What did it cost you?
Everything.
Or nothing.
I do need a win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's it.
So
Well, if that's the case, I'm picking Andrew.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
you see Boston Scott in my lineup,
Oh,
right?
well,
And
that
only getting
forces a
8.
different color.
That's
Y'all
Oh,
all
you're
messed
speaking to
me
the
up.
nations. You're speaking to the nations.
Y'all always messed
What's this guy my right now? He played 10, 15 minutes.
We've been recording for about 2-3 hours.
Number 7. Oh boy, this is, we might have to delete this.
You want a super salad?
All right.
And Julio's back.
Sweet Fun.
Huh?
Julio's back.
Yeah,
Julio's back.
Good way to come back.
Good job, Julio.
Let's go, Julio.
All right.
Who y'all taking?
JT.
Yeah, I gotta go Trog.
Yeah, Trog Dog.
You're picking yourself because you need a win.
He starts Bryan Edwards. You win by less than a point.
Oh, write that down.
Whoa.
Take a little.
All right, I'm gonna give you a bold prediction on one of my players, and I'm gonna give you one on one of Andrew's players.
Okay.
Jalen Waddle,
Waddle.
20 points plus.
Do you have any grapes?
No, I do not.
What's your second one?
Oh yeah. My second one. I'm
What
Go
gonna
was
to
your
say-
Scott. Go to Scott.
Waddle.
Come on, man. Give
Waddle
Scott
what?
some love.
Plus 20.
I was gonna do one for Andrew's team.
No, you're going Scott.
Boston Scott, yeah, he's gonna score 2 more touchdowns this week.
Ooh.
Wow.
Look,
Bold.
that's not bold, man. He's the best running back in that offense. Is he not?
Is he not?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith is best running back in that offense,
He's the best player on that.
Ow!
Jalen Hurts is the best running back.
but he plays a different position.
Does
He is not running back eligible. Neither is Devontae Smith. So I stand by what I said.
Now, wait a minute. He could be.
Could
Not
be.
fantasy wise.
Could be.
Okay, well, we're talking. This is a fantasy football podcast.
Really? Have you listened to it?
It's for the Asians.
It's kind of going off the rails. Hey!
We're a global show now.
We are global. Parts of the world that don't even know what football is.
Football.
You teach me to football?
I teach you anything. Just don't eat me.
Okay.
All right, we'll make one more.
All right.
I'm gonna make it for
Make it rain.
Kadarius Toney.
Ooh.
There he is.
Kadarius Toney.
Doesn't finish the game.
I think he has a good game. I think he finishes the game number 1.
I'm not writing that down.
Finishes the game number 1.
I think
Number one at what?
I think he has. Give me 8 catches, 120 yards. I like Kadarius Toney, man. I think he is very good. He's also a rookie.
Yes, he is.
Look at you.
So I got 2
From where?
college.
Do you know where?
I don't know.
Yes.
Was he drafted in the
Do
first
you?
round?
First or second?
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like the rookie receivers this week. All right. Next matchup.
Next matchup.
Did I pick?
You did not.
No.
You got to pick, dude.
Pick, dude.
Give me the team with Boston Scott. All right. Next matchup.
Losers.
2 sweeps.
2 sweeps.
2 sweeps.
Broach Rightmyer.
Actually, no. Give me Ransdale.
No, don't be.
Nah,
that
give me
guy.
Ransdale. No, because
You always do this.
Yeah, but he got him
You
undefeated
always
last
do
week.
it.
Yeah. Look, either
Baylor's pissed.
here's what I think, man. Look, either I'm going to win on here, or I'm going to win on there. Either
Florida.
way, I win.
We like to call that hedging bets.
Yeah, there we go.
It was Florida. Good call. I'm just looking
What's the
it
next matchup?
up. Broach Rightmyer.
Rightmyer.
We have the team of Magic Mike
My favorite team in the league now.
and the team with no name.
My second favorite team in the league now.
So the original projection 132
Favorite movie,
to
favorite
119. Live projection still remaining about the same 133, 119. Michael Pittman played Thursday night, had 14.9. That is your difference in the live and original projection. Rightmyer
Rightmyer.
has a tight end slot that is not
Yes, he
filled.
does.
So what do we think is going to happen there?
Holy crap.
He's got Fryermuth on the bench. So
Yeah,
you gotta,
he picked
The
up
Muth is loose.
Yeah, the Muth of Luth. He picked up a Luth Muth this morning at Sweet 17.
all right, so that'll get penciled into his lineup. So
Absolutely, I can.
add 6 to 119. That gives you 125.
125.
Thank you, Ryan. Good calculation.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't realize Elijah Moore had
Hey,
such a good
Lord.
game. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
23.9 on the bench. Ooh.
That sucks.
Rightmyer is making an interesting lineup choice with Derek Gore
That's bold.
for KC in his flex. Obviously, maybe thinking about it now, you probably wish he'd have put Elijah Moore there, but I am surprised to see that he went with Derek Gore over Cole Beasley, over Melvin Gordon.
I would play A.J. Dillon.
Because
Especially with Wadges out, they're going to run a lot.
last week without Devontae Adams, that's what they did. They ran the ball a lot with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. And so you have to imagine they probably have a similar strategy with this game.
Very similar to the other thing.
Because their passing game might not be as good. So they need to get that running game going.
Yes.
Bro, what you got here? What you thinking?
Not a whole lot, man. I like what y'all are saying.
James Robinson going to play?
I don't think so.
And if he does, he's going against Buffalo.
Yes.
Best defense in football.
Say it is coming down to a game
I
time
got to
decision.
go ahead and throw.
I think Carlos Hyde's getting the start there.
Yes.
Would you pick him up?
I looked at it because I need one, and I can't justify it against Buffalo.
Yeah.
There's only been one running back to really
That's
tear
not
up
bad.
Buffalo's
Who was
defense. It was Derrick Henry.
Boston Scott.
Nah, it will be. Do they play?
I don't
It
think
doesn't
so.
matter. Looking at Broach's team real quick. So Broach looks like he has pretty much his full lineup. He did go Tua over
Cousins.
Cousins. Cousins playing Baltimore, Tua playing Houston. You like that pick?
Yeah.
Like that
No
swap?
problem with
Yes.
it. I think Mike Williams is overprojected.
At 15 against Philly.
He's had some difficult times here lately.
Yeah, man. He started off first 3 weeks above 18. Week 4, 1.6. Week 5 bounced back with 32. And then the past 2 weeks, Jake, like as you just mentioned, under 3.7. So things not looking good for Mike Williams at the moment, but that could turn around.
What Ryan brought up a while ago, I think, is a critical thing to remember. Is that
The Muth of the Maloof.
well,
The Muth is loose.
the Muth is loose. Two high safeties really prevent Mike Williams from doing what he wants to do.
What does he want to do?
Take top off the defense.
Take the ball deep.
Take the top off the defense.
Take the ball deep.
Take the top off the defense.
If I can't get to it,
Nobody can't get to it.
hello.
Yeah, and that's Keenan Allen's game. Is if you got two high safeties, he's just gonna
Pick you apart.
beat you up
Mm.
off the line of scrimmage, shake you down, and then
But it
get up.
slows
and
the game down.
It does. It makes it an uglier game.
Yeah, which I think teams feel like they have a better chance of beating the Chargers than allowing them to get going
100%.
very quickly.
All right, so what you think out of Mike Williams this week, Jake?
I think
I think he's going to see a lot of Darius
I think he
Slay.
goes under 8 points.
All right, right down
Fantasy
Jake for
points.
less than 8.
All right.
I'm gonna make me one of those bold predictions.
Do it.
You know what I've realized? I only make like one bold prediction a week just because I'm writing everybody else's down. I just don't make them myself.
Well, you should make one.
I will. Should I make it on this matchup?
I'm gonna say Aaron Jones top 3 running back for week 9.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
Because we just talked about how they're going to run the ball a little bit more. I imagine they do throw.
You said top 3?
Top 3 running back this week. They do throw. Aaron Jones, good receiver out of the backfield.
Very good.
Very good.
And you got to imagine
Very good.
for a rookie quarterback, not rookie quarterback, but for a quarterback making this his first start.
Jordan Love's?
Yes.
Making his first start.
A lot of
Good
pressure,
safety
too,
valve right out of the backfield. You know,
Let's face
could be
it,
a
Green
good day.
Bay's made it pretty well known that they had such confidence in him, like that they were almost willing to let Rodgers walk after this year because of this guy.
They traded a first-round pick to move up in the first, or they traded to move up in the first round to get
And didn't get what Rodgers wanted
and needed a wide receiver.
Got his replacement instead. I don't know. About to see what the kid's capable of.
All right, I got Stephon Diggs scoring 2 touchdowns this week.
Ooh,
He's only got 3 on the season.
Wow. That's
Which
bold.
is.
It's
They're
really
playing
bold.
Jacksonville, though, so there's a chance.
yeah, it's a favorable matchup. It is supposed to rain though.
Could turn into
No.
They're playing in Jacksonville. It ain't turned into snow.
It could happen.
It's 64 degrees.
Right now.
No, at game time. That could drop.
It could.
Like hotness.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yes.
Oh, also, let me make a bold prediction on Tua.
I thought you were about to say weather.
You
we're
like
not doing
Tua.
that anymore.
JT likes Tua.
JT likes Tua. What's your bold prediction,
He
man?
has 2 touchdowns to Jalen Waddle.
Water.
Why are you making?
Because I made the same bold prediction.
You made the bold
twice.
prediction. No, it wasn't that one. It was Mike Gesicki the other time. He said
Yeah,
he
but
had
there I
those
said Jalen Waddle would have 2 touchdowns.
But it didn't say that I had to be
Or I
passes.
put him over 20 points.
No, you got 20
That's
plus
right.
fantasy points.
Okay.
But if he scores twice, that
That's
puts him
probably
well on his way.
Yeah.
Rightmyer, Broach, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry about the dog who loves squeaky toys.
But don't we all?
Are they the only 2 that listen?
Well, it's a matchup. It might fast forward because we now
I do
Yeah.
like.
Oh, okay.
Look, I like Tua and Gesicki for.
that was Brown.
I do like Tua and Gesicki for Broach, especially with Devontae Parker out.
You didn't mean it, but you just said I like Tua like 3 times in a row. It's
You
subliminal
like
now.
Tua?
That's become a look, dude.
It's your
He
team.
likes
It's
it.
like saying,
I don't know what happened. I don't know when I became such a huge Tua fan, but it happened at
because
least
you
2 weeks
love
ago.
watching college football.
I don't. That was during that gap of time that I can't remember.
That was
And he
on
like-
We Lost Brown.
Anyway,
Tom.
he likes to wait to laugh.
He does like quick laugh.
I don't like the Grapes of Laugh.
You know who does like quick laugh? High five me with blood quick laugh.
The Muth is
The Muth and Luth
Yeah, I gotta quit that.
in the Found Booth.
Okay. Who you got?
Give me Broach.
Give
I
me
got
Broach.
Sweet Tooth.
I'll take Broach too.
Do it to me.
You will get a shirt.
I'm gonna get a shirt too.
Oh man,
That's when we shopped at PacSun for like 6 months.
It was fun times.
that was a couple of years for me.
I
Had a
shopped
lot.
there for like maybe a year.
I had a lot of famous shirts.
Did you?
Yeah.
I feel like they had very
What was the
poor
one-
Famous.
quality
I had
shirts.
famous and Hurley.
Give me Broach.
Give me Broach.
I thought they had very poor quality clothing.
Oh, it's 100% it's poor quality, but I had a lot of it, and the sunglasses.
What are we talking about?
The Muth.
PacSun.
Thoughts? Pacific Sunwear.
They had a cologne there I liked.
Yes, they did.
Brian knows his cologne, by the way.
I do know my cologne. It's a little known fact about me.
Turquoise Noir.
You should get a sponsorship.
Brute.
For
What
cologne.
if that's our first
Yeah.
sponsor?
Yeah, well, if that's our
Is
first
me
sponsor.
getting a cologne sponsorship?
Yeah.
I'm a Dolce Gabbana light blue man myself.
Brian's take stink. But it's closed up.
Hey, that could be really good, dude. I like
Well,
that. That's go.
marketing.
Flip it to this guy.
He just said that could be good. Like, hey, yeah, Brian's takes do stink, but
Yeah,
It
that's
smells
that's
nice.
basically what I just said, Robertson.
yeah, but he agreed with you that your takes stink.
They do,
But he smells
But he smells.
fantastic.
but I smell fantastic.
Okay,
All right, next matchup.
what we got?
Oh,
Did we get a clean sweep?
this
on that?
matchup.
I think
We all taking Broach?
I
Okay.
took Broach.
Dang. Y'all just trying to copy my picks because I went 5-0?
Well, no, you were the only one that took Andrew in your matchup, dummy.
Oh,
Yeah, you big dummy.
So all I got to have is one pick different from you, and that's the only game that it hinges on.
Fourth matchup.
Fourth matchup:
Fourth matchup.
Jordon versus Mikkel. The trash talk extraordinaires. I went most interesting man in the world.
Good
there,
intro.
Right
Good
there,
intro.
halfway through.
This guy's got a
Nice.
future.
And a past, but we don't talk about that.
But we love his present, and that's why they call it that, because it's a gift.
Yeah, I butchered that saying last week. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's what it's supposed to sound like.
No, yesterday's
Right.
history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today's a gift. That's why they call it the present. That's the saying. And I completely botched the gift. And
Yesterday
present
was a gift. All right, the future's a present, and today sucks. All right.
part. I gifted you that saying. Now, this matchup, though.
Original projection 115 to 23 in favor of Jordan. The live projection 112 to 22. Again, still in favor of Jordan.
We're gonna do calculation.
We are going to do some calculation.
Wait, I got a question.
Yo.
So the rest of his lineup, right? You know, he always puts in the one guy that's gone if they've gone early. I just wanted to see what was going to happen. Why did he go ahead and just throw
Put
Miami in there?
I'm wondering the same thing. I'm looking at it right now. Maybe he just wanted to let us know, like, hey, you know what?
That's
got
why I'm
this.
going
I'm gonna throw him a bone. That's one of the things you got to worry about.
Because they're playing Houston, it's not really any secret that he was going to start him.
But you said Tyrod's back.
Tyrod is back.
Is back. Guess who's back?
I do like Tua, though.
I like Tua.
Tyrod is one of the most
I like
underrated quarterbacks. He's a cheap version of Jake Plummer.
I like Tua.
I like totals. I've been saying it for years. Tyrod and Teddy Bridgewater are not going to win you Super Bowls, but they'll win you regular season games and keep you in games. They don't turn the ball over, but they're not going to throw for 400 yards.
And Carolina said, you know what? We want a guy who can throw 400 yards. Let's go get Sam Darnold.
And he does throw for 400 yards, interceptions included.
I could go on about that.
Yes, indeed.
So Michael Carter, 9.1.
Same
Plug that
Darnold.
in. You got 13 from Miami, so we got his defense out of the way. You ready for the next one? You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson. I got to imagine he's probably going Jackson. He's projected at 29, so go 29 there. Devontae, 16. Oh, man, it does hurt after that a little bit. His next receiver, Jacoby Myers, for 12.
Yeah, because he scored a touchdown.
Scores a touchdown. And his third receiver, I guess, give him Van Jefferson Jr.
Give it to
for
him.
9. You could start Agnew. Agnew looked pretty good last week. He's actually looked good past 2
I
weeks.
wouldn't.
Give me someone
Starting
else.
a number 3 wide receiver against the best defense in football.
I'm just
Bold
saying.
strategy,
I'm just
Cotton.
saying. Another running back, Devontae Booker.
Book it.
For 11. Give him Ertz for 9.
Mm.
And he needs a flex.
He's still trying
Probably
to
be,
go with Chuba.
it'd be Chuba if McCaffrey doesn't play.
I think even if
McCaffrey's
McCaffrey plays,
So, I mean, it's projected at 2. Do you want to give him more than that? You want to give him 6?
Give him 6 because it'll be either Agnew or him probably. So that's
Yeah, I think that's
At
pretty
that
fair.
point, you're going to have
One-
to go at
about 114, 115. by my
114,
calculation.
115.
114, 115.
What are we looking at?
All right, so this is a really close matchup then.
Really
Matchup of the
close.
week.
Should have
Part
been. Should have been.
Really close.
Should have been. Should have
All
been.
right, let's look at Jordan's team real quick. So, again, his lineup looks a lot different than it has.
Yeah.
They're saying that Hopkins is not expected.
Not expected to play.
He's a game time decision. He has failed to practice throughout the week and is not expected to suit up against San Francisco despite having 10 days to rest in between performances.
I just have a hard time believing
With
Hopkins
Kyler
doesn't
Murray
play.
also banged up, the Cardinals will likely start Colt McCoy.
Yeah, it's like
Christian Kirk, Antoine
Colt
Wesley.
McCoy's a
and
solid
Rondo.
backup.
The Texas sharpshooter?
Yeah,
I'm right.
that's why I have Arizona's running backs doing well, man. Because their passing
Colt McCoy
attack, I don't think is gonna have it. So they're gonna have to score
I'm
something,
not going to have it.
Ain't going to have it.
and they need to win a division game.
And they ain't going to cut it.
So Jordan has McNichols in there right now. Does not have Peterson in there. Let's hear about that. What do you think?
That's what it needs to be.
McNichols over Peterson?
Absolutely.
Maybe
Is it
he's
because-
thinking they're going to be behind and they're going to be throwing more. McNichols is more of the pass catcher.
Maybe. I mean, do you...
Or maybe he thinks McNichols is going to be better. But if that was the
McNichols
case,
is going to be better.
he spent 60 on Peterson and 24 on that. So I don't think.
Can't help it.
Do you think it's just one of those things that, again, Peterson's not in, like, game shape? Or maybe he's close to
If
game
there's
shape.
one
but-
person who can get into game shape quick. it's
I agree,
Peterson.
but there's a difference between, like, not playing, for 8 weeks of the NFL season and then,
Right.
being
Look,
thrown
for
right to the mix
Peterson, I've
against
seen-
the best defense in
Right.
football.
I've seen Peterson
Buffalo.
past couple of years just doesn't
And
have
it's
it.
got Von Miller. I'm going to have to go with LA best defense in football.
That's incorrect. That's okay. It's okay.
They've got
to
the
be wrong.
best defensive lineman and the best corner.
Mhm.
and then they added one of the best pass rushers.
And they're still not the best defensive football.
No, it's still Buffalo.
All right, rest of season, I'll take LA.
All right,
I bet
Ross.
you would. I bet you would.
We bet you would.
I would do McNichols all day.
You do McNichols?
Yeah. He's a handsome man.
Okay. He's also starting
You did say you would do
Rashad
him.
Bateman, who has not been in his lineup previously. He's going to have to probably find somebody for DeAndre Hopkins. You have to imagine.
And Bateman might not play. He hasn't practiced.
Golly. So he's got Kenny Galladay.
He
who-
didn't practice on
questionable.
Friday. Harbaugh said the injury is a minor physical issue and said he has a very good chance to play. But he didn't practice on Friday, so I don't understand.
Okay. Well, if one of those receivers misses, he's got to start another receiver. So he's got Kenny Galladay, who
That's
is
it.
questionable, and he's got
Peoples-Jones.
Donovan
Peoples-Jones.
Peoples-Jones, who's questionable.
And then, yep, that's it.
Man, dude, Jordan's hurt.
So are his players.
Like AJ Green out this week, COVID. Noah Fant out this week, COVID. We already talked about the whole Derrick Henry situation.
That's all that matters here.
Tom Brady on
Jordan
bye.
had
Jordan's
the
team
number
had an
one
identity.
fantasy player with Tom Brady and
Derrick
Number
Henry.
one quarterback
Derrick
and
Henry.
number one flex.
his
eligible
quarterback's
player.
on by, and then the guy who really was allowing him to feel like he had a chance to win it all was Derrick Henry, especially playoffs. I feel like that's something else. Go back to the running back conversation a while ago. When it starts getting colder, you feel like running backs get more involved, and like those win a lot of championships for people.
I would agree with that.
I don't know.
And you have to know if you have a player like Henry, you can take risks at other
Yeah.
positions. Like, hey, I can go for that guy that's got a chance to put up 40 or
Yeah.
like Deshaun Jackson types.
Yep.
Where now you don't have that. Everybody has to produce, pull their own weight.
And I know Jordan was one that some of us have tried to trade with or have been offered trades. We felt like he was trying to kind of like, I don't know, difficult to trade with sometimes. I'll just say, it, Jordan, you're difficult to trade with. Yeah, like you had a backup
Where can we
quarterback
squeeze in
and
a
a
Bash Jordan moment?
number two receiver you didn't want to give up for two guys you could desperately use right now in your lineup.
I've thought about trading for Keenan Allen multiple times this week, and I don't want to do it because every time I trade for him, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
It's happened twice. I don't want it to happen again.
Michael's going to pick up a win this week, boys.
You got Michael?
Yeah, I got Michael too, actually.
I got Michael 1.
Are you going Michael as well?
Yeah. Yeah. Unless JT goes the other way, then I might change my pick.
JT does go the other way. I know that.
That's what I hear.
There he does both.
Indeed.
I'm going to take Michael as well. There's just too many question marks, literally.
Yeah, like I don't know if I have a full.
Around Jordan's lineup.
And Michael still got. You have his wide receiver on the bench getting 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean that
Like-
happens.
I feel like the last time we clean sweeped against Jordan, he changed his team name to Clean Sweep, huh? And then Tom stamped us.
Are you going to do it again?
I dare you.
I'm looking at you.
No, you're not.
I even give you a wink.
You can listen to me bash you about being a terrible person to try to trade with.
I like you, Jordan.
I've got no problems.
No qualms on the ends of the table.
That's all right.
You try to get him banned every year.
Yeah. Collusion. You're just mad at him for no reason.
No, I gave my reasons.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Why do you even
He
care?
offered
Yeah,
Noah
but come on.
Fant.
He's
He's
a
someone
guy
else.
break.
He
Hey.
got Derrick Henry for nothing.
$25. That's what he got.
That's still nothing. There's no loss in that for him.
There's no
$20 of fab money.
Yeah.
It's not even real money.
True.
It's like
It's so
cryptocurrency.
imaginary. I'll take it out of my pocket and set it on fire.
Cryptocurrency.
I don't think it works the
Sorry,
same way. I don't think it works the same way.
There's no way.
What are we on to? Matchup 5.
Matchup of the week.
What is it?
1-2.
1-2. Mic check. Bryan score.
Mic check.
All right. So
Mike
with the
works.
matchup of the week, we have Scorpion King at 6-2 in second place versus Victim of the System,
The original.
OG.
I love Michael Keaton.
at 7-1. The original and live projection 140.02 to 133.41. All right. Do you know what we do with matchup of the week?
Position by position breakdown.
Boom.
Look
This
at
guy
this
gets
guy.
it. This guy gets
This
it.
guy gets it.
I got it.
I'm just
This guy does it.
Okay.
What is going on right now?
Okay.
That's fair.
We're already finishing each other's
Dinner.
Josh Allen.
Who's he playing against?
Doesn't matter. Josh Allen.
Jacksonville. Allen has a big week.
Josh Allen.
This will
So
be.
Allen against Jacksonville, Dak versus Denver. You're taking Allen.
I'm gonna take Allen. It's gonna be
I'm
the biggest
taking Allen.
high scoring week of the year for Allen.
Biggest
Whoa.
high score.
All right, give me Dak. I'm taking Dak on this.
Nope. He's gonna give the ball to Zeke.
You agree?
He
with
might, but I still think Dak's
No.
gonna have a good week.
that? Allen.
I think Allen's gonna have a good week too, but I
I
think
don't know.
Dak edges him
Okay.
out.
Allen.
All right, so let's look at the receivers
Allen.
grouping. We got Justin Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, Devonta Smith versus Jamar Chase, Adam Thielen, and Amari Cooper.
Bryan.
Mm-hmm. I'll take myself.
Yeah.
Can I change seats?
Yeah,
We're leaving strangers. Both his hands are on the table.
That's impressive, Bryan.
I don't know.
2 octopuses. Why do you have 2?
One wasn't enough.
I don't know, man. This one's pretty close.
Yeah, number one corner's out for the Chargers, which isn't good, but neither is Jalen Hurts.
Shots fired.
Smith hasn't done a lot lately.
No. See Jalen Hurts.
2, 8, 4.
Yeah.
So
It's been Goddard and the running back.
So that's one of the reasons. Jefferson is not near as consistent as what I think a lot of people. Well,
I think he's been consistent. They just have one bad game.
Yeah, he did
And
have that.
Thielen's the one scoring on most of the
Which is
touchdowns.
an inconsistency.
No, it's an outlier.
Let's see. So Jefferson has 3
I said he wasn't
touchdowns.
telling the truth.
Thielen does have 6. So there's the difference between those two. I think I'm going to give the edge to Bryan here, largely because of Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
It's close. It
But
is close though.
Cooper's question was he playing, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'll go. Brah.
The next category, I don't think it's going to be very close this week, Bryan.
No, that's going to be a difference maker.
Yep.
In the week.
I think I might go Scorp on
Yeah,
him.
I'm going to go
running
Scorp
backs
heavy
with
on
the,
this
with the,
one.
yeah,
I think
cares.
he outscores Bryan's running backs by 20.
Would not surprise me at all.
I think one of Scorp's running backs will outscore both of Bryan's, but I don't know which one.
Damn.
He's not lying. I told you it's not going to be.
So Dalvin Cook
it's not a
against
good matchup of the week.
Baltimore, Najee Harris versus Chicago. Which one would you take to be the bigger scorer there?
I think Harris might have a huge week.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Harris might be the best running back in this matchup.
Remember what we were talking about a while ago with opportunity? He gets
I'm
all
him,
of it. He gets all of it. Like, if there is a carry, it's his. And so if they're going to put up points on a bad Chicago defense, and if it's rushing, it's going to Harris.
That was the reason why Le'Veon was so valuable every
Yes.
single year because he's getting 85 to 95% of the carries.
I mean,
and the other
like
ones
when
are just
McCaffrey
like
plays.
Roethlisberger kneeling down at the end of the game.
Pretty much. All right, I do have Connor on Bryan's squad getting 2
Stand
touchdowns.
for the
so
flag.
I'm not gonna count out Bryan's running backs here.
But that's all he got. Even if he got 2 touchdowns, he's got 12 points for Bryan. And
Hey, don't be a dick about it, all right?
Talking about Connor,
Yeah,
5 carries,
Connor-
2 touchdowns,
that's-
6
I
yards.
think
That's what I'm
Connor
getting
ends
at.
up with around like 15 points. Cordell Patterson.
do you
Great
think they're going to
defense,
move
but
the
I don't
ball
know.
that well without if Murray doesn't play?
I don't know.
It got
We
really quiet.
haven't really seen.
I think
Yeah, play
I think
well.
I think they move the ball okay. I do think they have to rely more on the ground game. And again, I don't think Colt McCoy's going out there slinging the ball around. So it's going to be a lot of
he is a
check downs.
gunslinger.
There's going to be a lot of check
Pew, pew.
downs.
Pew,
So
pew,
I would still feel pretty good about Connor in my starting lineup there. Patterson again, I just don't really. He's had good weeks. I guess part of me just waits on Cordell Patterson to like come back down to earth.
Wait
but
for the other shoe to drop.
I think he might.
He's had double digits every
Right.
week, but week 1.
I think he's just a solid player now. Which
He's a gadget player that's been consistent, which doesn't make sense.
yeah, but now they're using
That's for
him.
O'Brien
Now they're using him. You know,
as a primary running back.
they are.
Yeah.
So odd things that are happening here.
Uh,
I'm going to take Scorp's running backs though.
Yeah,
But
you
I
have
think
to.
it could be closer than the original. Like, oh, Bryan's getting stomped.
Stomp.
I think it could be much closer than that.
I don't think it would be.
What you
I'm
wanna
I'm
say,
more
Scorp?
with Jake on that.
All right, tight ends. You got
Yes.
Dallas Goedert versus Travis Kelce.
You want to say Kelsey, but I
Give
just
me
don't
Goddard.
know.
Taking Goddard
Yeah.
against Chargers, who suck.
that's true. I
Sorry.
do got to look at the matchup.
I'm sorry.
Did I say that out loud?
what Jake did to me.
What? So the
Just
Chargers suck?
being a dick about it.
When was I?
About the Chargers?
He got about 20. It hurt, man.
You hurt his feelings. Why did you do that?
He's a big softy.
I don't know. We gotta go
I
get
He's a
am.
phony.
I'm a large man with a teddy bear.
Big
All right?
fat phony.
So, Brian, you taking Goddard?
No, I mean, I got to go Kelsey. But
It's still
I'm
Kelsey.
not going to be.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sticking with Kelsey.
Here's something to think about.
Think about it. Think
Does
about it.
Kansas City, with a depleted Green Bay team, come out and really try to make a statement game? You're like,
I think
even
they've
if
been
they
trying
get
make
out to a
statements every
big,
week, they just
well,
can't
I
do
know,
it.
but like,
They're
even,
going to need to.
they're not going to take the foot off the pedal. Like,
They're
if-
gonna
even
need
if they start running it up, just to send a message like this offense is still what it was in the last like 4 years. They just keep throwing the
Andy
crap
Reid
out.
walking off the field, shooting double birds at everybody.
Eating double
Andy
cheeseburgers.
Reid would
Double
do
birds,
that.
eating double
He would
cheeseburgers.
easily do that.
Or eating 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, double
Just eat 'em.
cheeseburger, double
Two?
burger.
You
That's
think
his style.
he's on a diet?
He's only got 2
It's on the
hands.
field.
It's only got 2 hands.
How pissed is State Farm right now?
Well,
This
if
was
he's
their
part of his
marquee
insurance-
game.
Oh,
Rodgers
okay.
and Mahomes. Mahomes is not having a good season when Rodgers is not playing and is.
I see what you're saying.
And
Boy, did you hear what Roger said on the Pat McAfee
I
show?
watched the
I
whole
did,
thing.
yeah.
Went up in my book tremendously.
Went up in my book too. I'm curious to see what the NFL does. 'Cause
Yep.
They can't do nothing to Roger.
I don't know, because he kind of spilled
He-
the beans on a
I
lot
was
of
about to say,
their
He
But
bashed
there's
the
nothing
entire
they can do.
protocol
Internal
and
issues,
the
yeah.
masks and everything. I was like,
Yeah.
hey,
Him and Kyrie just became best friends.
Well, he said, but hold on. Roger said he wasn't an anti-vax flat earther.
he wasn't.
But they're still
Kyrie
best friends.
is.
And he also said he's not going to go on Fox News, but he also is not going to go on CNN or anything like that. He just-
God, boy, it made me happy.
Yeah.
Andrew tried to say, like, more than Favre. I know. Favre plays golf with Trump. But, I mean, he did go up in my book.
Anyways, Wranglers.
Favre or Rodgers?
Yeah,
I think both of
Favre.
them did.
Yeah, Favre does.
Favre.
Yeah.
He was the
Favreau.
He was the
the
fake.
spokesman for
He's the second best
Wrangler.
quarterback
Now he's
spokesman they've had.
the
Copperfit, too.
Copperfit. Yeah.
Hey,
Let's
works
see.
miracles.
Okay, so he's the second best spokesman for Copperfit and Wrangler.
Who's the first?
Jerry
wait a
Rice.
minute.
Drew Brees and Jerry Rice.
Drew Brees.
Wrangler.
Mr. All of a sudden, I magically have hair again guy? Please.
Please.
That's
Please.
Brian Urlacher.
And Drew Brees.
But he wasn't the first one to do it. He's just following trends. That's what
That's
you
what
got
he
to
does.
do on
He's a
TV.
Favre, trendsetter.
Oh,
Yes.
You see that?
I saw what you did.
Mm.
So,
Say Kelsey or Goddard?
I said Kelsey. We got really sidetracked. I think they're
I've
going to
already
throw it a
answered
lot.
John
I think
Brown. It's on
Kelsey,
me.
has
Kelsey,
2
Kelsey
touchdowns.
got it. Right?
Kelsey, 2 touchdowns.
Kelsey, 2 touchdowns?
Kelsey, 2 touchdowns.
He needs a good week. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at it. So Travis Kelsey, dude, he's had 2 bad weeks, man.
Oh,
It's
Travis
Travis.
Kelce.
How many
Kelsey.
touchdowns does he have in the last
4?
3 weeks?
Oh, maybe
3
1.
weeks, none. But he
He
has
is due
in
for a
those
touchdown.
games. In those games, he has 8 receptions, 7 receptions.
I'm not. Yeah,
He had,
but
what, 3 or 4 last
you
week?
draft him to be your number 1 receiver.
I drafted him because last year he was the number 1 receiver.
Well, that's also true. This is
I think you got to pump the brakes a little bit.
2
I'm not
touchdowns.
panicking. No,
Ah.
there's a girl.
But you sound frustrated.
I am frustrated. It's
Would
Travis
you-
effing Kelsey getting 2
Frustrating?
points.
Yes, you would. Shut up.
I wouldn't. I'm
Yes,
not
you-
frustrated with Mahomes. Yeah, I wish that he'd play better, but I know, like, I feel.
So
I
you're
have a
not
good
frustrated with him in his performances?
I'm not
Hey,
really
I'd
frustrated.
be
no.
frustrated.
He's got to win this week.
Yeah.
So if he has another bad week,
Then maybe.
then you're frustrated.
But Travis Kelsey, again, last week was his only bad week outside of like week 3. I mean, 10
It's
points.
2 bad weeks for
2
Travis
out of
Kelsey.
8.
Huh?
It's like
25%.
Michael Vick having a bad week at quarterback.
Okay, Travis Kelsey can have bad games.
No,
Every
he
player
can't.
can
Not
have
in the last
bad
couple of
games.
years. Not in the last couple of years.
That's right. That's right.
He was. I
That's
think
right.
it was like he had like 30 straight games where he scored double-digit fantasy points until this upcoming this year.
Boom.
Stats.
It was something crazy. It was
Stats.
a very high number. He was dominant.
All right, well, if you want to get rid of Travis Kelsey, I'll take it.
I've already asked.
I'll trade him. I told you, there's never a guy on my team that is not.
I'm sending
tradable.
something with Kyle Pitts in it right now.
Go for it. It better be a hell of a deal though if you're throwing Kyle Pitts in there.
Kyle Pitts and a 17th rounder. We only do 15 rounds. Whatever.
Kyle
Thank you
Pitts
for
going to be
giving
the
me that
next
tidbit of
Calvin
information.
Johnson.
I'd have taken that.
All right, flex. We got Darrell Henderson Jr. versus Tennessee
got nothing
and
off
Chase Claypool versus Chicago. Chicago. I'm going to take Darrell Henderson Jr. there.
Yes.
Should.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
right now.
He is.
He's a high riding man.
Yes.
Riding high.
Yes.
That's what they say about it.
Yes.
And then defense, we got New England versus Carolina and Buffalo versus Jacksonville. I'm taking Buffalo in that. Even
I think
though
it's
Buffalo's the
Carolina,
better
I think
defense,
that
but
was
the
a-
offenses that they're going against are about the same.
Yeah, because
So
PJ
Buffalo
Walker
wins.
So Buffalo wins. Well,
PJ Walker is going to be the starting quarterback this week, right?
I don't know. That's an upgrade then.
But
He's not wrong.
But McCaffrey's back.
McCaffrey's back, yeah.
Bubba Caffrey.
Bubba Caffrey.
But
What is a white guy as big as Henry, but he's not fit? Just like a
So Peyton Hill.
So we're taking
butterbean
Buffalo.
kind of. No, Peyton Hills was fit. Peyton Hills
He's
was
big-
Derrick
he's
Henry
big
before
dude.
Derrick Henry. Just didn't have the height.
or the strength of the speed.
Okay.
Toby
Okay,
Gerhardt,
so he just played running back.
Gerhardt, who played like who'd you just say?
Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, that fella. If Gerhardt played like him, what a wasted talent in the NFL he was.
So who we got?
I don't know, but Toby Gerhardt got mentioned. And so
Yeah.
did Peyton Hillis in a matchup talking about the Buffalo and New England defenses.
How did that happen?
Bubba.
I thought you said Butt McCaffrey, but it sounded like you said Bubba Caffrey. That's what it sounded like you said. And then
I don't.
How it
enunciate
went on the
very
rails
well.
with Derrick Henry, I don't know.
We got to talk about him now because we'll talk about him for a little bit.
Andrew this week.
Andrew this week. Oh yeah, Bryan.
I'm gonna take Scorp as well.
I'm gonna take Scorp.
Dude, hold on. Has there been a different
Yeah, I'm gonna take Scorp.
guys?
What?
Yeah, JT picked.
I picked
Andrew.
Andrew over me.
We swept the rest of them.
Yeah, so y'all got the problem.
So you could go up one game on everybody, or
We got
I'm
the
not-
problem like you didn't pick yourself, and then 10 seconds later,
Right,
you
because I want to
switched.
hedge my bets.
Okay, Benedict.
Cumberbatch.
You switched. You switched sides.
oh,
You crossed over on us.
There was there's
Trade.
no loyalty
Like
involved
Joe
here.
What if I'd have written this in pen?
Then you'd have had to cross it out.
But I didn't.
Or white
I wrote
out.
it in pencil.
okay.
Like it's smart.
Look at next week's matchups.
Looking at him.
Oh, so we doing week 10 matchup preview too?
Just want to see if there's any key matchups next week.
All right, I can do that. Just give me a second. All right, so next week is rivalry week.
Wow.
Oh, that means we recycle and go week 1.
Yeah. Damn it, I got Ryan.
And I know who I want. Jordan.
Yep, you got Jordan, which, hey, there's not much crap have you talked about Jordan lately. That's a rivalry. Me and Ryan, you got both the Andrews going against each other.
Andrews.
You got Magic Mike's versus Victim of the System, and you got the team with no name versus Victim of System. This could be pretty interesting next week.
It could be.
A lot to shake out. I want to check one more thing real quick. I want to see the current projections based off of, I guess,
Like
the rest
what
of the
Yahoo
season.
predicts.
Yeah. So this is what Yahoo has for current projections. It has Scorp finishing first at 11-3, tied with Bryan, just edging you out in points. Has Jake at third with the most points. Broach at fourth, same record. It has Ryan in fifth, Mikkel in sixth, JT seventh, Jordan eighth.
That Derrick Henry injury.
Yeah, that Derrick Henry
Say that
Yeah.
correctly. It's very
His
different.
His running back injury.
Derrick Henry injury.
His team injury.
Man, Yahoo thinks that's the end of Jordan's team. Still got him making the playoffs though. And then it's got 9 and 10, Rightmyer and Andrew. But
Anything can happen.
That was a big shakeup from last week.
I'm telling you, man, Rightmyer, I think he's about to make some moves.
I've been trying to make moves with him
man,
in the fantasy football
Yeah, well,
world. In the fantasy football world.
What's your thoughts on the season up to this point? About the way you thought it'd go?
no.
Not for you personally. Just as a
Oh.
whole.
I thought there would be football played, and football has been played.
That's fair.
Boy.
Surprise so far
no
of the year.
threat of fantasy
We're going.
games or regular games being canceled or rescheduled.
Yeah, we
That's
hadn't had
been
all
nice.
those issues
That's
that we
been
did
nice.
last
That's
year.
been nice.
It's been much more normal.
Anyone got a surprise?
You just wait till we
Happy
finish. this
birthday!
I think we're going to lose our Asian audience real quick.
I think we are. Apple's not going to listen anymore.
We might get one of those things where this is not viewable in this country, and it happens.
Sweet, man. That might be how we pick up some steam.
Yes, that edgy podcast.
Yeah, dude, it's the Barbara Streisand effect. Y'all know that.
Yes.
really wave your hair, big
God.
nose.
You tell somebody not to look at something, and it makes them want to look at it even more. We get banned in certain countries, then people want to see, well, what got banned? And then boom, instead of 30
That's the
views a
Barbara
week.
Streisand effect. I thought that was
We
like,
good
hey,
at
tell a kid
35.
not to touch a hot stove. They touch a hot
Well,
stove.
all right, so her house was, a photograph was taken of her house, like this long line of houses, and it was put in a magazine. And nobody knew it was Barbara Streisand's house.
You can go ahead and stop listening to it.
No, this is good information, dude.
Okay.
Nobody knew it was Barbara Streisand's house. She made a big deal about it, like, hey, you took a picture of my house without, my permission. I don't like that. You take it out. And so then it became known into the public sphere. And then that's when people started like going to her house and like taking pictures of it. So what I'm saying is if we get banned in other countries, that they
Don't you listen to
increase-
this show. Don't you do it. Don't you dare press play.
Yeah, because I know you're still listening 2 hours and 55 minutes in, or however.
I'm
long
sure
they're
we're at
recording.
an hour 50.
I'm gonna say 147. Boom.
No,
What you got?
no.
What you got? I'm about to pause it.
201.
All right. Well, for all of us here at the Fantasy Football
141.
5, wish you a good week, and we'll see you again next time.